what's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all, and Lost Caverns of Ixalan release day to you all, and our usual once per set draft stream for y'all. Good to see you. What is up? Oh, iPhone, Galaxy, Swing for Zero, The X, Tasinger, Galaxy, how is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone had an amazing weekend. I'm excited. I have not got to do any drafts yet. I am really excited to see just how sweet this format is. How is pre-release? Is this going to be sweet? Are we going to have some fun today? We're going to have some fun either way, but hopefully this format's really fun and limited. It seems really fun and limited. Like crafting and all these mechanics, they seem like really built to be awesome and limited. So I'm excited. We're hopefully going to get in at least a couple of drafts. That's the goal. Got off to a little bit of an early start to see if we can get in a couple of full drafts. So that's the plan for today. Checking out the new set in limited. Tons of constructed stuff, of course, coming on the YouTube. We're already in full-on LCI mode thanks to early access day. So all the videos this week, LCI stuff. The set drop best of 3 stuff's coming. So that's going to be coming on the YouTube soon. I missed pre-release. Wow, 1 million gift subs from Urborg Lurgoy. Handing out gift subs to Autism for Gaming. I am Joe Jammy. Cool, God, One Koala Katrino, Robotic Choice and Monster CC. Welcome y'all to the Fishbowl, and thank you to Urborg Lurgoy. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Yeah, so I was going back and forth on Against Odds. There's 2 cards that really stood out to me: Millennium Calendar and Throne of the Grim Captain. Those are the 2 that I think were the most interesting for the first Against Odds. So you'll see tomorrow. First Against Odds goes up tomorrow. Hey, what's up, Reindeering? How are you? So chat. Which one of these drafts do we do? What is the... so traditional is best of 3. Premier, do we still get to draft against other people? I don't want to draft against the AI. That's the one draft I don't like. I like best of 1 as long as we're drafting against real people. I just don't want to draft against the... Premier draft, is that the one we want? Okay. Premier draft is best of 1, but against actual people. Sweet. Yeah, Calendar is a really cool card. I think Calendar could be really good in limited, actually. Maybe. Perhaps. Think AI. Oh, Quick Draft is AI. Okay, so there's no AI draft at the moment. Well, let's do reminders. Jump into our draft so we can get in as much drafting as possible. And then as we go along, we can talk about our weekends, talk about Ixalan, talk about how... Oh my God, the Bills. Oh, boy. I don't know if any of you follow football. I follow the Bills a bit. It's depressing. They're inventing new ways to lose. Reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Tons of LCI stuff coming up. First Against the Odds of the set tomorrow. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Hello, Seth. What's up? 2 questions. Will you ever stream without a man bun? I mean, I can cover it. Today, the man bun's covered. More importantly, when are we doing 1K damage? That's coming up soon. This week, there will be 1K damage done this week. I promise. Oh yeah, there's a Patreon. That's right. Is there a command for that? Patreon. No, there's not. But there is a Patreon. MTG Goldfish Patreon. Check that out if you're interested. There's some behind the scenes stuff. Oh, speaking of the Patreon, one thing I'm going to need y'all to help me with. So, normally we can't use real music on YouTube because of copyright issues, but the Patreon is not monetized. It's not real YouTube. So, I want to do a video where I can have y'all send me songs you like or songs that you think I should hear, and then listen to the songs. I think maybe me and Krim will do it. So keep that in mind. That's in a week or 2, we're going to try to do that video. So if you have some ideas of songs that you like that you would like me / probably Krim to listen to, I'm going to be putting a call out for that soon, because we can actually listen to the songs and not worry about copyright claims or whatever. So that should be fun. I've always wanted to do that, and we just never could because of copyright. So get your list of songs that you want to force us to listen to ready. Anyway, Krim will attract... I mean, so me and Krim are the 2 people on the crew that are most into music, although we're into very different music. Krim's kind of the pop punk emo boy. I'm more the indie weird music. So is Goldfish doing okay? I know you don't usually paywall content. Oh yeah, I mean Goldfish is doing great. So the paywalling of content, there's a big conversation about it. There's no Magic content that's going to be paid wall. That was kind of my take on it. So people had asked for a Patreon as a way to donate. And my feeling was, if you want to put some content on there, that's fine. I just don't want to have any magic content paywalled. So if you want to do like random stuff that isn't magic related, then that seems like a good way to use the Patreon. So that's kind of the idea, is like none of the magic stuff is going to be on the Patreon. It's not like, oh, if you pay, you get the videos early or anything like that. It's just all like, if you really, really love the Goldfish Crew to the extent that you want to hear us talk about random things that aren't magic related, that's where the Patreon really comes in. Anyway, all right, let's jump into our draft number one. Draft number one, in true Against Odd Spirit, I made a commander deck where I'm trying to make my opponent die to shuffling their library. Ooh, Psychogenic Probe. What's the finisher? Is that the finisher? All right, here we go. Rough draft number. What do we want to open, chat? What do we want to open? Everyone's trying to force dinosaurs. Yeah, everyone loves dinos. Maybe if you give me a nickel, I'll pronounce any word funny. You don't even have to give me a nickel, actually. I'll just do it naturally. Black God. All right, here we go. Oh, God. You don't want to watch me play Battlegrounds 3. Oh, my. I'm so bad at that game. My God. It's very much not like Magic. My Magic ability did not carry over to Baldur's Gate. Wow! That is Quintorius. Pack 1. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? Like, how do you pass up? How do you pass up the Chase Planeswalker from the set? I mean, I don't even know what else is in this pack, but I don't know if this is quite God good, but it's got to be a bomb, right? Is there anything else? So this big descent thing can bounce something if you descend. Probably good in your descend deck. This, oh my God, so much text. Being your step, if you descend, put a +1/+1 counter on it, sacrifice it, wow, that does not seem that good. A cave, is there any really good removal? I mean, I think we're taking big Q here. We gotta take Quintorius. I guess that's true. Chase and only Planeswalker. Well, all right, let's do some discovering. So what goes good with Quintorius? I don't even know if these colors are good. Is Boros even a good color combination? When it becomes tap, you can, so no rare. Someone took the rare out of the pack. What is this? Being a camp on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+Arian's Vigilance. This thing's kind of cute. 5 mana 4/4, then you can craft it and tap it to make 4/4s if an artifact entered the battlefield. The land cyclers are always fine. I don't know if they're exciting, but maybe we just take Seismic Monstosaur? That's probably better than Volatile Glyphweaver. And all these white cards, like Market Gnome's okay. The artifact seems like a bomb. I don't know. Do we want to go 3 colors in our first 2 picks? You think just take it anyway, even though it's in a 3rd color, and figure it out later? Does Quintorius work with artifacts? Is there any reason? It's either that or the land cycler. Those are the two options. You know what? Let's be a little greedy. We'll see where we end up. This pack. Okay, so we definitely want to play Quintorius, no doubt about it. The cycler might have been a better pick. This thing, oh God. Is it possible to make caves work in limited? I feel like caves is going to be very difficult to make work in limited. Tap to untap artifacts or creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on it only as a sorcery. Equipped creature has +1/+1, pay 3, sack it, destroy an artifact or enchantment. This is like the worst removal spell. It is an artifact, if that's relevant. I mean, I guess we could take the Compass Gnome to try to make our mana work. It's either that or this Hill Giant. I don't know if this is good, but it's fine. Altasaur is impressive. Oh, is Altasaur actually good? We have so many 5s. I don't know if Idol's good. I kind of want to just take, you know what? We're just going to take this Compass Gnome. I know Compass Gnome's not like super powerful, but it seems like a good way to make our mana work. 3 mana 3/2 with upside, great for the curve. Ugh, am I passing all the good cards? What is this? 2 mana flash. When ATBs, tap up to 1 target creature, put a stun counter on it. Pay 1. Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. Contested Game Ball might be the worst limited card in the set. It's so bad. It might be just the worst card in this. It's super fun. I wish there was a way you could actually play in Commander, but you don't want to be the one that actually plays it. When it becomes tap, scry 1, 2 mana 2/2, 3/2 draws a card, can end up flying. Buried Treasure. Ooh. That's pretty bad. Sack it to add a mana, and then you can discover from the graveyard. You know what? Let's try this. Let's take the Lodestone Needle. Maybe the Lodestone Needle is better than It is an artifact, and we have this master guide, so it might be that we're blue-white artifacts splashing Quintorius. That might be where we kind of end up. Game Ball against odds. Yeah, that might actually be a good one. What do we get here? Oh, this thing. Descend 8. No one wants, even in limited, no one wants it. Clay-fired bricks. ETBs grab a planes. Gain 2 life. Crafted with an artifact. Make 2 1/1s pump. That's actually probably pretty good. I bet this card's good in limited, especially in a slower deck. I mean, we could take Dino Motion. Puzzle Door's probably fine too. I think we just take the clay-fired bricks. That works with our artifact. We got a nice little artifact. We got a nice little artifact theme going on. How good is this card? We don't have any removal. Cosium Blast. 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Is this good enough? Yeah, Descend 8. That's a big ask. Like 8 is a huge number. There's also this hammer. I just don't know how many creatures we're gonna have early. Like, blowing up an artifact or enchantment does seem relevant in this format because there aren't a lot of artifacts. Let's take the removal spell. Ooh, Promising Vein is actually kind of good fixing for our splash, but we probably should have some removal. We don't want to be the no removal deck. We always get too greedy on our stream. Whenever we draft on stream, we end up too greedy. We gotta avoid being too greedy this time. Splunking might be my favorite card from this set. It's not a good limited card, I don't think, in most decks, but when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If you descend, it's a 4/5. Unlucky drop, target artifact or creature's owner puts it on top of bottom of their 4 mana. That's a lot. Can we just take the Cascade Land? Is Unlucky Drop actually decent? Interesting. Better than the Cascade Land? All right. We'll try it. I will. The Cascade Lands, I don't know how good they are. Are the Cascade Lands fast enough for limited? That's the question. Oh god. 2 mana, enchant a creature or vehicle. When ETB's mill 2, enchant a creature gets +X+0X as the number of permanents in your graveyard. McIntyre, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. The Yoya's does this. When it attacks, you can sacrifice to deal damage. Alright, let's take the puzzle box. I mean, because we have this Master Guide Marl, having an artifact ETB every turn seems very, very valuable for our deck. I think Pirate's Hat's a good card. I just don't know if we're a Pirate Hat deck. This deck looks very slow so far. Cavernous Maul is super cool. Ooh, Ancient One aggro, eh? 4 mana, counter a spell unless it's a creature. Yeah, we'll just take the Cascade Land. Do a little discovery. Ooh, Promising Vein. Okay, maybe we're... I do like Promising Vein for our splash. Sage of Days. Oh, you really got to be descending. Yeah, let's take Promising Vein. Improve the mana. Hey, Seth, have you seen Millennium Calendar All Will Be One? I haven't. Like, I've heard of the idea. I've seen the idea, but I haven't actually played it or seen anyone play it yet. When ATBs, if you control an artifact, stun something. I mean, we're going to control an artifact. Yeah, let's take the hammer. I don't know if we main deck the hammer, but... Oh, Buried Treasure. Ooh, wait. Oh, this is probably really good in our deck. This card's kind of ridiculous. 2 mana, 1/2 Flying Vigilance, make mana for artifacts? That's actually... Well, maybe the artifact theme is open. That seems like a good card. That seems way better than, like, 14th pick or whatever, 12th pick. Well, let's take another puzzle box. We do have artifacts. We have artifacts for days. Take the Sentry. I don't think we're gonna... Wow! Last pick Cascade Land. Okay. Oh! Kishath! Oh, God. I don't think... I mean, we're not... We're not a Gishath deck. We're not even close to being a Gishath deck, but could you imagine how sweet that would be? The Ancient one, eh? The Ancient one, ooh, that looks very high powered. So kind of Ancient one, that looks sweet. It's cool to see a Dimir deck that's kind of Voltron-y and aggro. That's not usually the normal colors. What do we have in this pack? When it attacks, if you control 2 or more artifacts, it becomes a 4/3. ETBs Explores. Cascade Land. Ugh, makes a map. This pack is not very good for us. When it ETBs, return an artifact. Oh, this might be fine. Oh, it's 5 mana, though. That's so much mana. I mean, that's fine. We have a lot of artifacts that we could want to get back. I don't know if that was the right pick or not. That might have been too slow. Ooh. Oh, this card. What do you think of this card? So 6 mana exile a creature at instant speed, or 3 mana exile a tap creature at instant speed. 6 mana is kind of intimidating. I don't know how to make this cave card work. I don't think you can get enough caves in a deck. Equipped creature has Discover 10, pay 8, discover 10. Reach, tap a creature. Another hammer. ETB scry 2. Yeah, that doesn't seem great. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. Yeah, let's take the removal. I don't know how good of a removal spell that is. 6 mana kind of scares me. What do you think of Buried Treasure? How good is Buried Treasure? So 1-shot mana ramp. Cost 2. Sack it like a treasure. So it ramps once. But then you can discover 5 from the graveyard. Discover 5 is like a good number for us, because that's where this Marl is. That's where Quintorius Con is. Return target creature to its owner's hand. If it was tapped, make a map. I still feel like we could use more removal. This is probably actually kind of bomby and limited. Yeah, let's try this flail, actually. I don't know if we have enough creatures to support it, but this is a card that seems very bad for constructed, but the backside actually seems kind of ridiculous and limited. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. When it attacks, sack another artifact, and this creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That's like repeatable removal. When it ETBs, tap a creature. Could take another Compass Gnome. I think El Capitan is pretty good. I don't know if we want... we do want to minimize the number of red cards we have. We could just take another Compass Gnome to just like make sure that our mana works. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we're trying to get some fixing. We'll see if we get enough. Oh, I've heard this card is like one of the best cards in the format. Has anyone played with Sunshot Militia? I heard Sunshot Militia is just like legit really good. It seems like we're the perfect deck for it because we have so many artifacts. It might be worth it. I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think we're gonna take it. What do you think of this Melira Pioneer combo deck? Ooh, let me take a look. Hey Seth, I always watch on YouTube. First time at the stream. Oh, McCurdy's. Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 1 in your hand, the rest in the graveyard. Or, oh, yeah. Or counter a spell unless its controller plays 4. Our friend Bart, Acrobatic Leap. When it dies, explore. Untap it during each... all these cards are bad. I don't know if we have enough early game creatures for these equipment. We have like very few early game creatures. I guess we're going to take the Riddle. I don't even know if we play the Riddle, but... Ooh, Promising Vein. Might just take another Promising Vein. Actually, this card's probably decent. We might not be aggro enough for it. You know what? Let's take the Promising Vein. Let's make sure our mana is actually going to work. When it ETBs, mill a card, draw a card. Craft for 6. When it attacks, you may tap or untap target artifact. Okay, that's fine. Runaway Boulder is like infinite mana. This might be okay, though. I don't know where we're ending up here. Oh, it's the Explorer combo. I think it's a really cool, I like the idea of it. This is on my list of decks that I want to play. The Wild Growth Walker Amy combo. Yeah, I don't know how strong it'll be, but I like the idea of it. It's a cool new deck. So I'm sure we'll be playing it soon. Have you got to actually play with it yet? I'm curious. I'm curious how well it's worked. Now let's take this Blade Master. We're getting to the end of these packs where there's not much here for us. Hey Seth, bug or not, I've crafted Enigma Jewel using Filigree Silex, but the arena copy did not deal 10 damage. Please, I need to know. All right, let me actually look up the. Ooh, let's take another Blade Master. That's actually, wow. We are kind of full on 3 colors, but we might have enough fixing to actually make it work. We definitely have a lot of artifacts. All right, let me look up. Let me look up Filigree Silex and read the actual text on it. Come on, let's get a bob. So our rare is Sanguine Evangel, which is fine, and maybe we still take. I mean, so it's a 2/1 for 3 that makes a 1/1 with flying, and then when it dies, it makes a 1/1. I don't know if we're aggro enough for Battle Cry to really be good, but it still might just be the best card in the pack. Like Gore Stalkers. Oh wait, Curator's Sun Creation. Oh, this into Quatorius is so much fun. It's so much fun that I kind of want to take it. Evangel, I think, is probably the correct pick. But this is super fun. You know what? Let's do the fun thing. Evangel. Oh! I'm not even reading the rest of the pack. We're definitely taking the Master's Guide mural. That is the probably the best card we could take here, really. Yeah, Curator. Ooh, a Braid is a good removal spell. I think that blowing up an artifact has to have a lot of value in this form. Just look how many artifacts are in our deck. I think a Braid is probably better than another Whirlpool. I do think this Pirate's probably good. Even in a non-pirate deck, just like a 2/2 that grows as we cast our spells is probably good enough. But I think we need a Braid. I think we need a Braid more. Yeah, I think we need the Braid here. I do kind of want a little more removal. I don't think we need Market Gnome. It is not a bad card for crafting, but I think we just take another blast. So let's see. Filigree Silence. I haven't forgotten you, Die on the Phone. I haven't forgotten you. Let tap to untap artifacts or creatures. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Let's just take another Clay-Fired Bricks, I think. It seems good in the artifact deck. Our mana's not bad. So the Filigree Silex. Tap, put an oil counter on it. Tap, sack it, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of oil counters on it. Remove 10 oil counters from among permanents you control. Sack the Filigree Silex, deal 10 damage to any target. I mean, you should be able to do that, right? Is there a reason that wouldn't work that I'm missing? Like you're gonna, ooh, another Sunshot Militia. Like you're gonna have to sack it, but that should work with Enigma Jewel, shouldn't it? Hey, what's up, Mystic Remora? Good to see you, Labrador. Welcome. I think What are we taking here? Oh, stun counter pirate. This mill thing actually doesn't seem bad. Let's just take a... we have plenty of cheap artifacts. Let's take another hidden volcano. I don't know if this card's playable. 3 mana shock is so much. And then it flips into like a mediocre equipment. Let's just take unlucky drop. It's kind of like removal. It didn't copy... Wait, so what happened? Die on the phone? Purplesaurus Rex, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. When ATBs create 2 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens, sack it to gain 3 life. Yeah, let's just take a compass gnome. We have so many compass gnomes. We're going to have to cut a lot of cards out of this deck. At the beginning of your end step, if you decide to put a counter on it, so many unlucky drops. Yeah, let's take this big dino. It's possible. It's possible we play it. Yeah, we'll take a Pirate Hat. I don't think we're going to play Pirate Hat. We got to cut a lot of cards out of this deck. Oh, so it crafted and it worked, but you only got 10 damage instead of 20 damage. Wow, Unlucky Drop does not seem valued by other people drafting with us. Those are coming around super late. Wait, would that be correct? Let's look up the Enigma Jewel, and I'm curious if this is correct or not. So Enigma Jewel, if you flip it, it has each activated ability of the exile card used to craft it. You can activate each of those abilities only once each turn. When you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. You can choose new targets for the copy. So you crafted it with a Filigree Silex. You remove 10 oil counters from things. And then it did 10 damage. I'm honestly not sure. Do we have any judges? Do we have any judges in the chat? I lean towards... So I would think it dealt 20 damage. But these are two very... Like, Enigma Jewel is a really, really super weird card. So it's possible that I am wrong. Just reading it though, my initial instinct would be it should deal 20 damage, but I am not super confident in that answer. I was afraid of Leonardo DiCaprio for years after seeing Titanic. Wait, why were you afraid of Leonardo DiCaprio because of Titanic? Was he wasn't scary in that movie, was he? Oh boy, we got to cut so many cards. All right, so what are our key cards? What are our actual bombs? So our 5-drops are big. We need our removal spells. So we need the blast. I don't know if we're actually playing Confounding Riddle. Not sure if we're playing this Reminisce. I do kind of want the double cascade thing seems sweet. Torch seems bad. Flail seems good. This seems really bad. What do we think about the hammer? Is a hammer worth it? Hey, what's up, Doggamith? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see ya. No top X cards for the format video with Crim for this set. Yeah, I think we're doing some limited today, Helichrome. It's our once per set traditional limited stream. I think the plan moving forward is to do the best cards for Constructed on the Goldfish podcast with Richard also being there. So I think that's our current plan. So we did a podcast episode, but Crim didn't make it to that episode. So me and Richard did it. But I think that's the plan is moving forward is set release after we get the full spoiler. Goldfish podcast episode, because it kind of got redundant where we were like talking about all this stuff on the Goldfish podcast and then doing the top 10 videos and then also doing spoiler videos. So we figured the best way to do it would be to just like make it an actual podcast episode, and then we'd also get Richard's takes on things in there too. All right, how do we get a deck out of this? Are we playing the hammer? We need to cut. Okay, so I think Sunshot Militia is in, because I've heard that Sunshot Militia is just really, really good. We need some number of Compass Gnomes to make our mana work. We have a new donation from Lucid, $3 donation. Over the weekend, my partner and I played an exploration-based role-playing game I designed to be played using only tarot cards, no character sheets or anything. You flip over a new card every turn to travel somewhere new and build a character as you play. Wait, you made this game, Lucid? That sounds actually super cool. I don't really know much about tarot cards, so it's hard for me to imagine how the game actually plays out. But I like the idea of it. Sounds very simple, which I like. That part I like, for sure. Thank you for the donation, by the way. All right, how do we need to cut 9 cards. I kind of want the bricks. I kind of feel like flipping this is good. It flips into a 6/6. Needle we're going to try because we heard it was good. That seems good. Pirate Hat can go. Sentry maybe can go. Abrade's in. I guess we could potentially cut this. Oh, we still have to cut so many cards. Oh, we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near having a full deck. What do we cut? I mean, we got plenty of 2s. We have plenty of 2s. Maybe this Dino. Is Unlucky Drop actually worth it? Maybe we cut. What if we go down Hammer? Unlucky Drop. And go 16 lands? Because we got like a million ways to find lands? That seems reasonable. I think that could work. Something like this. I wish there was a way to resort by mana value. I mean, this seems pretty good, right? Our curve, we have a million 2s. Our curve is 5. 8 creatures, but a lot of our artifacts turn into creatures eventually. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What do you think? How many wins do we get? How many wins? 7 is the max. We should clear the deck and build from the ground up. Figure out what we're really doing. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, let's try it. We'll build it. We'll build it properly next time. Hey, what's up, Ricker? How are you? How are you enjoying LCI? You want to do a giveaway with your viewers? Ooh, what are we giving away, Jesse Hill? All right, this seems very good. We have the Master Guide mural, which is one of our best payoffs. Well, Island, go. Now, caves seem very tricky to make work in limited to me. They seem tough. Well, let's Clayfired Bricks. Grab a Plains. I mean, we just want to hit our lands and get to this Master Guide mural. A code for 10k Arena Gems. Wow. That is a very generous offer, Jesse. What does this do? 3/1. Sack a creature artifact gains indestructible. Tap it. Yeah, that's fine. Huh. Now what? We kind of want to play the red source. Play the red source. Do we just Iceberg? I mean, I guess we can Puzzle Box. Let's just Iceberg. We can take the 3. That's fine. Quintorius. Quintorius. Shh. Don't tell our opponent. Don't tell our opponent. Hey, what's up, Mario? How are you? Okay, things are looking not bad. Now we kind of would just want to clear the board and stick this Quintorius and win. Opponent. Thousand Moon Infantry. Wow, another one too. All right, so let's play the puzzle box. We do need to hit our land. So let's play the puzzle box, play the land. Actually, no. Play the puzzle box. Yeah, play the land. We can do this at instant speed, right? All right, pass the turn. So we can kill something, hopefully, with the blast. Draw land with the puzzle box. And then the big 5 drops start coming. All right, opponent. I feel like they have a trick. They keep looking at their creatures. Opponent. Well, let's just blast this. No shenanigans, please. If they want to sack the Thousand Moon Infantry, that is perfectly fine. So how was everyone's pre-release? Yeah, Quintorius is so cool. Quintorius is just such a cool card. We need more Loxodon in Magic. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had Loxodon support. All right, opponent. We will take our beats down to 17. Ooh, double strike explores. Okay. Well, take the land. Explores into the big cat. This thing's kind of an issue. All right, how do we not die? New challenge, not dying. So if we play this, we get a 4/4. We could Quintorius make it 3/2. 3-0, 3-0. Ooh. Chat, y'all are so good at Magic. Goldfish, the fishbowl, killing it at pre-release. Is Quint the best card from this set? I mean, I think it's very good. I don't know if I'd call it the best card, but I think it's a good card. Well, I think we need to play some more defense. Let's make a 4/4. We still need 2 more mana to craft this. This double striker is scaring me. Hopefully the 4/4 can hold down the fort. It's definitely one of the coolest cards. Ooh, went 3-0 with Bedrock Tortoise. Yeah, that's one I'm definitely planning on building a deck around in. Probably standard. Yeah. The set's mana symbol, yes. I think it's very bad. Like, it's just, so it looks, if you blow it up to like X50 or whatever, it looks good and it's like very intricate. I feel like this is a lesson I've learned from YouTube. So in YouTube, sack another creature if you do put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 creatures. So on YouTube, it's very easy to make a very intricate thumbnail art. The problem is everyone sees it in this tiny little microscopic size. So intricacy actually usually pretty bad. Like, you don't want it to be intricate because that's not how people view it. I feel like Wizards fell into that same trap where they built this like really intricate, and if you can blow it up and see it full size, really sweet set symbol, and maybe didn't think through that everyone sees it in this tiny size on cards and none of the coolness comes across, and it's just like super confusing and muddled when you look at it in the tiny size. Ooh, yeah, the no ban event was so much fun. We need more of those, I think. Well, let's Promising Vein. Promising Vein. Just make another 4/4. I mean, you can never have too many 4/4s, right? Once we start crafting these, we're gonna have a good time. We're 1 mana away, 1 mana off opponent. And these 4/4s are pretty good defense. We can also start flipping stuff. Like, we can flip this into a 6/6. Yeah, we're 1 mana away from, like, crafting everything. Have you read the Lost Caverns of Ixalan story? I haven't. Is it good? Is this one of the good stories or the not good stories? Well, play the Cataract. Play Sunfire Militia. Tap, tap. Burn ya. Tap, tap. Burn ya. This comes into play tapped. All right, pass the turn. No attack, Santa. I mean, we're so close. We were so close. Code sent Discord DM. Let me know if there's any problems. Ooh, thank you, Jesse. Let me pull up my Discord. I appreciate it. We will. Oh, that's a huge giveaway. That's an amazing giveaway. All right, 1 second. Let me make sure my Discord is off screen here. Okay, it is. Cavern Stomper. When an ETB scry 2, pay 4, can't be blocked by creatures with 2 or less power this turn. All right, that's fine. I mean, it's big, but it's fine. It's big, but we're not gonna die. We'll do a huge gem giveaway shortly, thanks to Jesse. That's awesome. 10k gems is like, that's a lot of gems. That's a lot of Ixalan action, or a lot of drafts. I just noticed that locust copying is not chained to crafted cards. Yes, once you get a flipped Enigma Jewel on the battlefield, any activated ability is going to be copied. So it actually works really well with Planeswalkers. So all your Planeswalkers abilities will double activate, and actually it's like kind of insane. Enigma Jewel has impressed me. It's like there is an Enigma Jewel deck coming up in the not super distant future, and it was a lot sweeter than I expected. All right, let's get our red source. Okay, we got to not die to a 7/7. Not die to a 7/7. We don't have an artifact for this. Oh, wait, we can do it the turn. Oh, God. Okay. No, I think we just start crafting, right? We got to start crafting. When ETB scry 2, pay 4. Oh, yeah, we can deal with that. That's not a problem. All right, craft number 1. I guess we just wait on this Quintorius. Flip this. Exile the puzzle door. And make a 4/4. And then tap these to burn you a little bit. And pass the turn. Okay. We'll do the giveaway. Are we doing constructed today? I think we're just gonna do limited today. This is our once per set limited stream. Usually we do one limited stream. All right, pacifism or petrify. This might be the best pacifism ever, actually. Artifact or creature, and it shuts down abilities. I mean, I think we double block. Do we double block? So if we double block and they have shenanigans, how bad is it? We lose both of our 4/4s? It's kind of bad. Psycho Freak. They could have turned off the Golem Maker. I think we got a double block. Block, block. There's more golems where that came from. Wow, they don't have shenanigans? That was just, wow, that was not good for our opponent. Poison Dart Frog. Sure. Yeah, they probably should have shut down the manufacturer. Well, I mean, flip it? Actually, wait. There's a better way to do this. We can tap this. Tap this, tap this. Burn you. We're going to get there with this militia. This militia is going all the way. Craft with the Petrified Goblin. And, wow, opponent scoops it up. Are there any characters you would like to see show up in a premiere set that haven't shown up in a while? All the characters I want to see are dead. Oh, Venser. I want Venser. Venser's like my favorite Planeswalker character. It's the one character that's actually been killed off. I'm so jealous. Like, Elspeth, they kill Elspeth. Elspeth comes back. But Venser, they kill Venser, and Venser actually dies. There's no return for Venser. Hey, what's up, Cat Cam fan? How are you? So I've been watching your content since the beginning. So we'll do the giveaway after this draft. I gotta get it set up in Streamlabs, but we will do it in not super long, but let's do at least a couple more rounds, and I will let you know. It'll be typing something in chat, I think, for the giveaway once I set it up. So I've been following your content since the beginning, at least since like 2016. I vaguely remember you mentioning something about the handle Saffron Isle being band related. Did you say the name of band you were in? I was remembering right. If so, is there any way I can hear it? Oh God, this classic story. So you can probably find some of the old videos. I mean, so we're not like a we weren't the Beatles or Taylor Swift or something. We were like a local band. But yeah, there was a band called Olive Drab and the Ixalan, and in it was like a 60s mod thing, and one of the gimmicks was everyone had the last name Olive. So that's where Saffron Olive came from. I know Dak is cool too, and Dak is really dead. Like, Elspeth's fine. I don't not like Elspeth, but whenever they kill off a Planeswalker I really like, they're just like dead for good. So that's where the Saffron Olive came from. I believe if you look up Olive Drab and the Ixalan, you can probably find a couple of old videos floating around. I was gonna say the Beatles, and I realized I don't know if anyone knows who the Beatles are. Or cares. So I had to try to mulligan into something people would know. We could really use some red mana. We've drawn like all of our red cards. All right, come on, Inverted Iceberg. Mill us into a red source, please. Oh, if this is a mountain, I'm going to be a little sad. Come on, deck. Well, we'll take a plains. That's fine. At least that gets us to this Master Guide mural. We mill our Dire Flail. I do want to see if Dire Flail is actually good. I like Planeswalkers that don't get killed. This set's really sweet, Major Killjoy. It's super fun. Venser's instant. Yeah, that doesn't count. Completed Venser. Oh, it's not a Planeswalker, and it's all toxic. I miss old Blinky. I'm curious what you think, Jet. Do you think the Beatles were good? Do people care about the Beatles anymore? I don't know if they do. I feel like Beatles is super boomery. I mean, I actually kind of agree with Crim. Wow, we have drawn, I think this is every red card in our deck, and then we milled the Dire Flail. I feel like the Beatles are undoubtedly very good. And when I randomly hear a Beatles song, I still enjoy some of them. But they're also not a band that I put on very often at this point. I feel like oh boy, this is not going well. I used to listen to them. We're going to get wrecked here. We found a red mana. It's a little tapped, and we are getting absolutely dumpstered by these Descend things. Like, I just don't listen to them. It's a band I rarely put on. I still like their stuff, especially their best stuff. And I definitely have a huge amount of respect for their influence on music, which was massive. But they aren't someone, who I actually listen to more? I don't listen to that much 60s music anymore. I'm not a big Zeppelin fan. One of my best friends growing up was like the biggest Zeppelin fan, and I don't know if I started to hate Zeppelin just to troll him, but but I've never really liked Zeppelin. You know who I think is the best, maybe my favorite 60s band at the moment, is actually Creedence Clearwater Revival. Some Creedence songs are still, they're so good. Just the whole, like, I don't know, swamp rock thing or whatever. Like, they have some very good songs. Pink Floyd. There was a time when I listened to a ton of Pink Floyd. Yeah, I mean, so Beatles, I actually think the comparison to, we got absolutely stomped. Well, I mean, that was a very unfortunate draw. No red mana, all the red cards. Clearly Seth is a Beach Boys fan. The Beach Boys actually have some really good stuff. Sloop John B. That is a banger. That is a real song. Those harmonies, I'm telling you. Just got hit by Black Artifact. Wait, Black Artifact removal. Did I miss something that I could complain about? Is there color pipe breaks? Is Black doing stuff it's not supposed to do? Chuck Berry. I used to play a Chuck Berry song. What? What was the song? Never Can Tell. It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. I'm kind of a hippie, but I also don't like jam music. Jam music, it's so self-indulgent. I don't really like jam music. So I'm not a Fish fan. I'm not even really so I will say, like, jam music can be fun. It's a fun live experience. Like, I can have a lot of fun going to, like, a Grateful Dead show. But as far as just, like, putting on a song to listen to, you're never going to find me putting on, like, a Grateful Dead album or a Fish album. It's more of a live thing. Pink Floyd's another band I used to listen to so much, and I haven't listened to in a while, but I certainly respect them, and they are very good at what they do. Black Sabbath. I've never really been hardcore into metal. Oh, I know the Grey Album. Grey Album's really good. Grey Album was a really cool, it was what, Danger Mouse, right? Jay-Z and Beatles mixed by Danger Mouse. Can you still listen to it? I feel like there was some weird copyright issue where you can't even find that anymore. All right, so we found our red source. Lodestone Needle. When ATBs, tap up to one target creature, put I think that's fine. So we can just tap this down, play the red source, get in, hit ya. Opponent. Oh, Pearl Jam. See, I'm impressed that y'all know these bands. I feel like last time we talked about old music, so many people were like, I don't even know who that is. All right, play the land. Let's play the iceberg. Draw a... Ooh, there's the flail. Now, play the compass gnome. Get another land. Do we need double blue for, like, anything? I mean, I guess eventually... How do these craft? 1 blue, 2 blue. Yeah, we'll take an island. All right, pass the turn. Opponent. I like Animal Collective a lot, yeah. They've gotten they're good stuff I really like. They sometimes get a little weird where it's like, oh, it's a album of whale music and so forth. Some of that I don't like as much, but yeah, we might as well block. We're probably gonna end up crafting this anyway, so we might as well block and craft it from the graveyard. Ooh. All right, that's a lot of mana. That's like a frightening amount of mana. Yeah, that is concerning. Well, all right. It won us to the first game. Master Guide Mural returns. We'll see if it's enough. This hulking raptor is scaring me that our opponent's going to drop some massive dinosaur. The ward 2 means we can't kill it. I mean, that is a massive dinosaur. Wow, you're getting in there? Oh, okay. Well, we will kill it. Okay, that's actually very good for us. The fact that we didn't just die there is kind of huge. Well, I mean, I guess it's crafting time. Yeah, I mean, 6-6, please. My 6-6 beats your 5-5. Went to a second draft today. First one went 0-3, but this second one, pack one, pick one, the Green God. Well, the Green God in specific is really good, but I feel like any of the gods kind of broken. You see the movie yesterday about someone waking up in a world where the beaters never happen and get famous off their music. Ooh. Oh, that's actually really good. The Dreadmaw. The good Dreadmaw. No longer a meme. I've never watched yesterday. Is it good? Is it worth watching? Well, let's flip our mural. Start making 4/4s. Pass the turn. Can a 4/4 a turn be this dino? Are dinos just like the best deck? I don't know if you caught it, but you said possibly my favorite mispronunciation on the cast yesterday. What was the mispronunciation? I know I said Lara Croft, because apparently I don't know anything about Tomb Raider. Ooh, Mudhoney. That's a classic. That's like the real grunge, pre-Nirvana grunge. I'm more of a Meat Puppets fan personally. So how can we do this? So we play Promising. So we play the Flail. Oh, we can't craft it yet though. So this crafts with an artifact. We need to be able to remove something. Okay, so we need to play this so we can make a 4/4. Play the Promising Vein. 1, 2, 3, 1. Is this even worth crafting? Exploring is nice. So we'd have to pay 3 for... We'd have to not vein. I guess veining isn't important though, is it? All right, let's... 1, 2, 3. I think it's worth it. Craft this. Exile the Iceberg. Explore. On this. Well, there's a land. And, alright, we'll just pass. Oh, do we survive? Do we survive? Is there a mechanic you'd really like to see return to Standard? Personally, I love Landfall, but I always hope for a return to Lorwyn will get Evoke. Despite MH2 Evoke Elementals, it's a fun mechanic. Doesn't seem broken. I like Evoke too. Evoke is a really good mechanic. It doesn't deserve to be blamed for the Evoke Elementals. Like, the Evoke Elementals could be broken without evoke, if that makes sense. They just happen to have the evoke mechanic, so I don't think it's fair to only take it out on them. Those cards in specific are definitely a mistake, but well, okay, block and block. All right, block and block. Take our beats. Kill the 5/5. Can we stabilize? We draw a Cascade Land. Oh, we don't have an artifact to put into play, which is very awkward. All right, let's explore. On this. Non-land, please. Non-land, please. Oh, Blade Master. We don't really want Blade Master. Oh, do we have to Hidden Volcano? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I guess we could flip this to turn on this. Yeah, right. Let's craft. Sack the Explorer thing. I mean, we're going to set up an unbeatable board state eventually. Make a 4/4. Play the mountain. Pass the turn. We're getting close. We're getting so close. Statements like free spells are always bad or seen as WotC as a personal challenge. No, there's no such thing as a balance free or extra turn spell. I mean, what's an example of balance free spells? The packs. The packs might be about as close. Oh, that's actually an issue. Oh, that can make that vigilant? That's awkward. The packs might be as close as we've seen to balance free spells. I think that might be as close as we've gotten. Oh, don't give the Sandwing vigilance. We need that to be tapped. We need it to be tapped. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we're taking 5 then. Opponent gets in for 5. Can't really do anything about it. Sure. Down to 12. Well, let's thin the deck. Sack this vein. Yeah, they are not great. That is true. They're not super powerful. Oh, Quintorius. Now what? So what is... Okay, so gets +3/+0. When it attacks, you can sack an artifact other than it. If you do this, creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. So we can equip this. This actually seems kind of powerful now. So if we equip on here, what do we sack though? Let's equip on here. Go to combat. Attack. Sack the gnome. Shoot down the flyer. See what our opponent does. Well, they're going to take it? Okay. Opponent takes it. Play Quintorius. Is Quintorius enough to save this game? Play Quintorius Discover. See if we need an artifact to turn on the manufacturer. Come on, Quintorius. Come on, Quintorius. Oh, Blade Master. That's not what we wanted. I mean, it's okay. It's a body, but it's not what we were looking for. Well, play the Cataract. We wanted an artifact to turn on the manufacturer. Do you consider Gutshot broken? No, Gutshot's not broken. Phyrexian Mana is broken, but Gutshot I think is well, even Gutshot, just like triggering prowess, it's actually on the edge. It's about as safe as a free spell can be, and I think it's still like on the edge of being busted. Haste, Trample, God. Okay. Opponent pumps. Attacks. Ooh, do we get to Whirlpool the... Okay. Snipe the dino. Take 5? We can take 5. That's fine. We got a Quintorius. Oh, we draw land. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we please cascade into an artifact? No. Sunshot Militia. All right. Well, take up Quintorius. 1, 2, 3. Play the land. I mean, I guess we just pass. Oh, we have not been able to find an artifact. Hey, Cease. Come here, Cease. People want to see you, Cease. Cease. Come here. Here, kitty. Yeah, I mean, Quintorius is still doing work. I think we're still in pretty good shape here. It got sketchy for a minute, but I think we're stabilizing. Opponents play some big dinos, too. Our deck is like almost all artifacts. I know, we do like one draft stream a set usually. Should we do more draft? I know some people love draft and always want to see more of it. Wow, opponent is just ignoring the Quintorius. I mean, Quintorius just keeps making 3/2s. I don't know how this is getting... Wow, opponent scoops it up. I mean, I enjoy playing limited. Usually 1%, but normally not the first stream. We had early access on Thursday. We used to do draft stream first stream pretty much every set, and then we kind of got away from it a little bit. Oh, MM3. Do you remember who was here for the giant baiting draft? I think the 5 giant baiting draft is my all-time favorite draft we've ever done on stream. I think that's the GOAT. Well, all right. No big payoffs, but we got a bunch of removal. That's something. A little siren. I feel like drafting is more common content to see on day one. Yeah, I wonder if part of that is just accessibility. How badly do we need white mana? This can get a cave. Yeah, all right. We'll get a white source. Yeah, that was such a cool draft. I'll grab a plains for next turn. Pass the turn. Did we already? We did not. Oh, did you see? That's the big news of the day. I'm curious. There was also a very interesting article by Sam Black, if you haven't read it. That's probably worth. Wow, there's always some drama, isn't there? There's actually some drama in the last day, but that's normal. That's just normal. That's every day. Let me see if I can find the secret layer. That was I need someone to help explain this to me. Where's the secret layer drop? Oh, here it is. So yes, if you missed it yesterday, wait, oh, artifact or creature. Okay, so that was the only option. Um, well, get and hit you. So if you missed it yesterday, there's more secret layer alert, and more universes beyond. So dropping next week, Tomb Raider secret layer drop. There's a single new card, which is Laura Croft Tomb Raider. Laura. But yes, Laura Croft. What do you think of this card? So it's 3 mana 3/4. Human Ranger, first strike reach. When it attacks, exile up to one target legendary artifact or land from a graveyard. Put a discovery counter on it. You can play the cards from exile with discovery counters on it this turn. Play a card this turn. And then at the end of combat on your turn, if you attacked, get a treasure token. Because it's the Tomb Raider, and it has raid. Very, very good. Very good, Watsy. What do you think of this card itself? I'm kind of like... I don't know. The card doesn't really interest me. I mean, maybe that's an issue with just making so many secret layers, so many legends. I don't know. Like, would you build around this as your commander? So obviously, there's going to be some percentage of people who just love Tomb Raider. Some people are going to build it just because of the IP, but as a Magic card, it's fine. It's not bad, but I don't know. It doesn't really intrigue me like I want to build a deck around it. It's just like, okay, whatever. Like, it exists, I guess. Maybe it's worth killing this. Yeah, let's actually... I don't know if this is right or not, but we're going to kill the Mana Dork. Let's play Promising Vein. Tap down the gnome. Hit you with the gnome. And pass the turn. I will say the rest of the drop... Hey, what's up, Delphi Guru? The rest of the drop, there is some good reprints. So, Shadowsphere is actually like $20. That's a very needed reprint. So I'm glad to see that coming back. And then Academy Ruins is always like 10 or 12 bucks. No matter how many times it gets reprinted, it's always like 10 or 12 bucks. So the drop seems fine. Like if you spend 30 bucks on it, you get a $20 Shadowsphere, a $10 Academy Ruins, some random other stuff, and then whatever Laura Croft's worth. When ATBs, target opponent exiles a card from their hand. Ugh. Oh, my Quintorius. All right. You got our Causium Blast. What do you think of the the mixture of new and new cards and reskins? That's something we haven't seen before. Normally it's one or the other. We haven't seen the mix like that of partly new cards and partly reskins. Well, let's do some crafting. Exile the Siren. And start exploring. Well, there's a land. I mean, we have Quintorius for next turn. Is that even going to be good enough? They're going to be able to flip this soon. 5/4 Menace. ETBs or attacks mill 2. We'll see. At this point, I think we're getting too many narrow commanders. I would like to see more commanders that could helm different kinds of strategies outside a partner. What do you think? I mean, it's a really... I think I disagree, actually. Hey, Stone Rain, how are you? Good to see you. I actually think I disagree. So I would say... my voice is still a little raspy. So I would say... that commanders like Kenrith, they just go in any deck and you can build anything around them. I think commanders like that are actually more negatives than positives. I don't know if those are actually healthy commanders for the game. What colors are best for draft? That is a good question. I do not know the answer. Like, I would rather see narrow commanders that are good for certain underpowered decks than broad commanders that are just like Golos's, Kenris, like the broad good stuff commanders. I think are my least favorite. I think the problem with Lara Croft that I have is that it's not that. Like, the problem I see with Lara Croft is it's not a niche narrow card for a specific deck, really. I guess it's got a little bit of like a Legendary Matters sub theme, but it's not really one of those like cool builds arounds for an unsupported archetype. It's kind of a generic good stuff commander, but it's not good. It's like wanting to be a generic teamer commander. Like, oh, you make a treasure, oh, you get to play some stuff for free. Is wanting to just be a generic commander, but it's not really exciting enough to be a generic commander. So I actually think the problem with Lara Croft isn't that it's too narrow, it's maybe that it's not narrow enough, if that makes sense. But maybe that's like unavoidable to make the flavor work, because like it would be really cool if it was like a ranger commander, because that's something we don't have. But maybe that wouldn't actually make sense for Lara Croft herself. Well, that's Quintorius. I think we just have to make a spirit. Make a spirit pass the turn. All right, opponent. What do you got? Boy, we've drawn not a lot of good cards here. Another snail. Well, we got a land we can get rid of. Opponent's all in on this discard plan. At least they're not flipping this Visage. That would be bad. The 5/4 is really big on this board. I've gotten to the point where I just auto-scooped every 4 or 5 color commander in Brawl. So what are some examples of good 4 or 5 color commanders? I think for me, opponent's out of cards. We might be okay. If you look on EDH Rec and look at 5 color commanders, I would say that my favorites, the best examples, are actually stuff like Urtat. I think Urtat's a really good one. I think that Go Shintai might be like a little bit more push than it should be, but I like what it's doing, being a commander for specifically shrines. Like, it's doing this one narrow thing for a group that didn't really have a commander before. How do you build a shrine deck? Like, what do you do? And the nice thing about, so here's the thing I love about stuff like Go Shintai or Urtat. Before, if you wanted to build 5 color shrines or you wanted to build 5 color mirror, what would you do? You'd be like, okay, I don't have a commander, so well, I guess it's Kenrith by default, because that's just like a good 5 color commander. So I actually think these narrow commanders that give these archetypes a leader actually leads to more diversity, because instead of being like, oh, I'm Shrines and Kenrith's my commander, you actually have your own commander now. If you're Mir, or if you're Shrines, or if you're Atogs, or if you're Scarecrows, like those are the best ones. The worst ones, I mean, like, Ur-Dragon's just overpowered. But the ones I don't like are, like, Kenrith. Joda is pretty generic. All the Jodas are, like, kind of generic-ish. Even Azeka. Like, I know Azeka and Joda have a Legendary Matters theme, but there's so many legends these days. I think that's kind of a cheaty theme, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if that really even honestly counts. Because there's so many legends, it doesn't take that much effort to build around. Well, let's make a 3/2. Let's explore on the 3/2. Do we keep the puzzle door? Yeah, let's put it to the graveyard. Play the Blade Master. Pass. The Quintorius is going to win this game, isn't it? So that's my take on 5 color commanders. What do you think, Doug? What do you think about the narrow versus broad commander conversation? To be fair, the Ur-Dragon, prior to that, your best option was Scion, and ended up being a graveyard-centric combo deck rather than Timmy Dragon deck. So another thing I dislike when it comes to like Ur-Dragon, or another good example of this would be Edgar. I think that having a commander that is for like a tribal deck or a specific archetype, having a commander that's so much better than everything else that it's always correct actually is a negative rather than a positive. I think Edgar is maybe the Ur Dragon fits this too, but I think Edgar might be my favorite example of this. I feel like Edgar does a disservice to Commander because what do we put this on? How are we blocking this? Let's put it on the Blade Master. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think we're kind of getting this locked up. So, like, Edgar, there's a bunch of cool commanders for vampires, but if you look at EDH Rec, Edgar, 16,000 decks. Next closest is Strephon at 5,400. After that, like, Olivia, 1,000. Elenda, 1,000. Olivia Voldaren, 700. Alicia, 900. So you have all these other super cool commanders that just don't ever get to see their time in the sun because Edgar is just so busted. So it's a really tight line to walk. It's a narrow pathway. You can't be too broad, but you also can't be too overpowered with your narrowness. So it's a tough job. I think it's a tough job, I imagine. Najila's probably, ooh, Niatuk. How are you feeling, Niatuk? I wasn't expecting to see you today because I know you're not feeling well, but hopefully you're doing all right. You should try building Quintorius Tron in Explorer. There might be Quintorius action coming up soon. It's possible. There might be some Quintorius action on the YouTube. Krusty Back, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Thank ya. Yeah, I guess vampires might not enjoy their time in the sun, technically. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. We still have the giveaway coming up too. The giveaway is coming 10,000 arena gems. That is a lot of gems. That is a lot of gems. What happens if we ultimate Quintorius? How good is that? We're actually getting pretty close. All right, we hit a tap land. So what happens if we ultimate? We exile all... Okay, so we exile any number of target cards from your graveyard. Make a red for each of them. You may play those cards this turn. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's okay. Not exciting. Is the giveaway legit? It is. It's actually... It's actually from Jesse Hill, who works for Wizards. So it is definitely very legitimate. Yes, there is a random giveaway, a surprise giveaway, thanks to Jesse. 10,000 gems. How many packs can you buy with that? I think that 10,000 gems gets you the 45 pack bundle. I wonder if vampires can subsist on blood sausage. Ooh, what is summer sausage? Someone mentioned summer sausage the other day, and I couldn't figure out what that even means. Is that a food? Does anyone know what that is? How does a giveaway work? So I'll get it set up. I'll get it set up where you put something, type something in chat to be entered, and then it'll pick a random user. Yeah, I think it's like $50 worth of gems. Because I just bought a bunch of gems today, and I think, yeah, 20,000 gems is $100. So it's got to be like $50 of gems. That's actually pretty nice. A pretty nice amount. You get a lot of cards for that, or a lot of drafts. Sausage made of animals you hunt in the summer. All right, how do we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we're gonna win this, right? Let's just flip this. Craft with the gnome. Tick up for a token. Make a 4/4. The question is, how do we kill our opponent? Like, we're... I guess we can tap these. Maybe this is our win con. Just tapping stuff until you die. All right, opponent. I mean, they just can't... This is Quintorius showing its power in Limited. Quintorius straight up absolutely dominated this game. I don't know if ultimating is worth it. We only have 3 cards in the graveyard. So the ultimate is -6, exile any number of target cards from your graveyard. Add a red for each card exiled this way. You can play those cards this turn. So we'd get a puzzle box in a land. Yeah, I mean, there might be a time in the future where it's worth it, but I don't think it's worth it now. Yeah, let's just, I mean, we're just going to go super wide. Play the bricks out of lands. Make a 4/4. Explore on the Blade Master. Keep the unlucky drop. Make a 3/2. Get in with the Blade Master. I mean, I don't know how we lose from here. I don't know how we lose. Yeah, I guess the static does help, right? But still, we just don't have enough cards in the graveyard. If we had a few more cards in the graveyard, it would be a lot more exciting. I'll pass the turn. Ping ya. Opponent land. I mean, we might be able to win this turn. Opponent passes. Because now we get to... Now it might be worth it. Because we can unlucky drop. Get rid of the Hammer Skull. Now we can ultimate. I think it might be worth it just to replay the unlucky drop, honestly. Should have tapped differently though. All right, opponent. I think we just win here. So we get rid of the Hammer Skull. Now we can ultimate Quintorius. Actually, first we discover. Or first we explore, rather. Mill the Flail. Ultimate Quintorius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play the Vein. Play the Flail. Burn you. Unlucky drop. The 5/4. Burn you. And that should do it. That should definitely do it. Go to combat, and that should be the game. Original Quintorius will only make tokens with new Quintorius Ultimate. Quintorius, I think, can do some cool things in Constructed. Well, big attack. If our opponent blocks, we can blast. Opponent takes the beats, and that is Quintorius power. That is the power of Quintorius. So we're what, 3-1? This deck seems decent. Yeah, opponent stuck it out to the very end. Old Quintorius is definitely the cooler one, but the new guy is still fun. Have you seen the combo decks, Rooker? Do you think the combo can actually work? How have you been, Stone Rain? How was your pre-release, Stone Rain? Oh, we also got the holiday card of the year. So every holiday season, you probably know this, Wizards releases the holiday card to celebrate. This year, what would you give this? Give me your grade on this card. Seasonal sequels, 3 blue and X instant. Pitch the titles of up to X holiday themed sequels to target spell. Copy the spell for each title pitch, except the copy has that name. You may choose your targets for the copy. Simply adding numbers isn't festive enough. Now showing sort of Hearth and Home Alone, 8 Crazy Nights. Charge, Holiday Incinerate, and Phyrexian Gremlins. I mean, it's fine. It's pretty good. I'd probably give it a B. I think it's a solid holiday card, but not one of my favorites. What's the best holiday movie? Is it Die Hard? Is that the consensus of the internet that Die Hard's the best holiday movie? Is Home Alone? I guess Home Alone's a holiday movie. Elf. Elf is a modern classic. Yeah, let's just invert our iceberg here. Mill a land, draw a land. Oh, we should have waited on our land drop to see if we drew this. Never seen Eyes Wide Shut. Mother Frogger, welcome to the Bad Santa's actually pretty funny, right? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Wait, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2? Is that a Christmas horror movie? That sounds like a holiday horror movie. And they actually made two of them? No. I've been having breathing issues and going to CT for a scan of my lung. They found a 1/4-inch nodule on my lung. Oh, stone rain. I don't know much of the medical stuff. I assume that's not the best news, though. Do you have to go back to more important appointments and such and tests? Oh, I'm sorry, Stone Rain. That's not good. It's a lot to have to deal with. If you want a funny Christmas movie, you should check out Anna and the Apocalypse. It's a Christmas zombie musical. That is quite a mix. Oh, that's good, Stone Rain. That's good news at least. A Christmas zombie musical. I didn't know that was a thing. Those words don't make sense to my brain. Christmas zombie musical. Well, let's go attacking, see what our opponent does. Opponent, would you like to take the beats? Return target creature. Okay, sure, whatever. Sure. Take two. Play the vein. Play the mural. Make a 4/4. Pass the turn. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'll have to look it up. I'm not familiar with Silent Night, Deadly Night. Opponent. Island. The stunning pirate. We're kind of getting beaten down here a little bit. This is actually kind of close. I mean, the 6/4. Vigilance Menace. Down to 13. How do we do this? So. Okay, let's 1, 2. Let's play the bricks. Get a plains. Play the plains. Kill the flyer. And play the puzzle box. Pass the turn. Best Christmas moment is when Rick turned himself into Santa. He's Santa Rick. Funniest I've ever seen. Wait, was that actual? How is the new season of Rick and Morty? I haven't actually watched it. Rick and Morty for me is like really been on a downhill trajectory. I used to love that show. Like the first 2 or 3 seasons were so good. They were so good. And then they kind of got a little more hit or miss. And now I haven't even bothered to watch the newest season. This week's episode was fantastic. Ooh. Maybe I'll have to give it another chance. Ooh, Lodestone Needle's actually nice here. All right, so we can Lodestone Needle, stun this thing. We can play the curator. Play the land. Go attacking. Hit ya down to 8. Can we close it out? Can we close it out in time? Opponent. Can we double discover? Doubling. Oh, I actually recently rewatched Metalocalypse. Oh, well, yeah, definitely my thoughts will be with you, Stone Rain. I'm glad you're feeling confident that it's not something super bad and it's benign, but I hope you're feeling bad. It's never fun to not feel good or have breathing trouble or whatever. So hopefully it's a quick recovery and you're feeling better soon. Well, let's draw a card. Well, we'll take a Quintorius. So we can double discover. Is there a counter we need to be worried about? We should be good, right? Quintorius. Discover 1. Sunshot Militia drain you. That's gonna do it. Discover again. Oh, we can't even cast that. Okay, that goes to hand. Maybe that doesn't do it. That's awkward. Go to combat. Attack with the 4/4. Oh, we really wanted to cast that card from exile. Opponent's gonna block. 1, 2. Well, okay, Militia. Actually, let's just do this. Let's play this. Let's craft this. Exile one of these. Tap the artifacts, ping ya. Pass the turn. Opponent's at 4. Opponent untaps. Hey, have fun at work, goes to Dak Faden. Have a good day. Thanks for swinging by. Oh, opponent. Yeah, pack one, pick one was Quintorius. Am I a Baldur's Gate? Did you watch that video? Oh, no, I'm not. I don't, honestly, okay. How many of you are Baldur's Gate 3 vets? I was shocked that game was so popular because it seemed very hard to pick up. It's not intuitive. It's like, how is this game so big? That's the thing that surprised me is like, how did this game end up being so popular when it's such a tricky game to... Do you even care about Quintorius? All right, Quintorius down. All right, so if we tap this, hit you, and then craft this. Can we just get lethal here? So we craft with this. We make some 1/1s. We grow our team. Tap this and this. Tap this and this. Tap this and this. Wow, Sunshot Militia. Sunshot Militia comes through. And maybe our deck is good. Maybe our deck is actually good. But even like, maybe Dungeons and Dragons is more huge than I realized. I was surprised when we did that little playthrough thing, just like how not easy it was to pick up. Like, I thought you were just supposed to like grab whatever you wanted to, and so I just picked up something, and the person got very mad and said I was stealing from them, and then next thing you know, we're fighting a whole village full of people who were very mad that I was like, I didn't even know that was stealing. I was just trying to pick up some loot. What are some of the best? For limited or constructed? So I would say for constructed, Splunking is like very, 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 very high on the list. I think Splunking is like really good. Like that card's gonna have a big impact. The rest of the set, like I feel like there's a lot of very good uncommons. The removal is strong. Bitter. Oh no, bitter. Whatever the removal spell is, Bitter Triumph. I think Bitter Triumph's very good. I think that Chupacabra Echoes could have a role in Descend decks. The craft stuff I'm curious about. Like, I don't know how good craft's going to be in Constructed. Can we? Oh, we got the Gnome. This will be fine. The Gnome can get us our... This Gnome has been really clutch. The Gnome's ability to fix our mana has been very big to this deck actually working. All right, let me see. Can I figure out how to get this giveaway set up? Or we just draw blue mana. That also works. Opponent. Basking Chupacabra. People love this card. I've seen a lot of these. Now let's just play the Blade Master. We can double artifact next turn and start the beat down. About it. Gonna get in there, Chupacabra. I don't even know if we want to go beat down. So when ETBs, you reveal a dinosaur, gain 3. How do we do this? So we can play... Hi. Let's just play Cataract. Abrade this thing. Pass the turn. About it. This is draft at the moment. Yeah, let's run out the Siren. Run out the Iceberg. Draw a card. Yeah, play a land. Hit you with the Pirate. Brazen Blade Master, if you can turn it on, is actually pretty aggro. Like, a 4/4 for 3 is pretty good stats. So this is our first draft, Jeremy. So far, we are 4-1, I want to say. We're doing... The draft has went really well. We first picked a Quintorius, and it's been very good. Our deck's been just very solid overall. So Splunking, it's for specific decks. I don't think every deck wants it, but cantripping is huge. And then there's certain decks where having your lands come into play untapped is incredibly strong. So I don't think it's a card that every deck will play, because if you're playing like a top tier deck with a bunch of shocks and fetches, it loses a lot of its value, right? Because your lands are going to come into play untapped anyway. But yeah, limited just felt really good. Adventure Mike and Willem, welcome to the Fishbowl. First time subs, thank you for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. This is a 7/7. That's kind of big. Does this make blue? Oh, it does. Look at this. So we can exile the Stomper. Look at these synergies. Go attacking, pump it, and then post combat use the Siren to play our puzzle door. All right. Put us down to 18. I mean, we're running out of cards, which is a little scary. Thank you for the games today, Seth. Do you think people are going to have trouble keeping track of cards with ridiculous counters like Millennium Calendar in paper? Yes. I mean, so I guess, it's so strange. Sometimes it feels like Wizards design stuff more for digital than for paper. But then I think about it and I'm like, that can't actually be true, right? Because Commander's so big. So I think it's one of those things where I think it takes advantage of Commander. There's some people who are going to like the challenge of trying to track it and they're going to put it in their deck. And then if you find it annoying to track, you're just not going to play it. Otherwise, you're going to play it on Arena and Arena's going to track it for you. So I think that's what they're going for. But yes, I think there will be people who don't play the card just because they don't want to deal with the math of it. And I can't blame them. It is a lot of math to keep track of. Well, let's go to combat. Do some attacking. Opponent. Gonna do some blocking. Well, let's play this, make a 4/4. This deck might actually just be really good. I'm starting to think this deck might actually just be very strong. Opponent. So the annoying part about it is you got two different modes going. So you have to add counters whenever you untap a permanent. And then when you activate it, you have to double them. So it is a little wonky. It's not as simple as just doubling. So you got to count your permanents to untap each turn, which could end up being a lot in a game. Wow, they're kind of getting us. Chill, opponent, chill. All right. Opponent's putting up a fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we'll just take... I think we actually take the land. We just want to make 4/4s. Sure. Opponent gets in, hits us. We draw another land anyway. Well, play the land. Craft this. Go back to making 4/4s. This uncommon has felt ridiculous. Outside of winning with Contorius, this Master's Guide mural has been so good. This has been the cards that's won us so many games. Do you have a favorite memory of playing Magic? Honestly, I've played so much Magic, but I think really it goes back to just when I first started playing. When I first started playing, just hanging out with friends, playing. We didn't even know what formats were. At least I didn't know what formats were. Just hanging out. I remember playing. So this was 15, 20 years ago. Commander wasn't a thing, at least a thing that we knew about. I remember playing a formatless 8-player free-for-all game where everyone just sat around and attacked each other with their 60-card casual decks. Those are some of that might be one of my favorite memories. It's on the list at least of my favorite memories, because it's just I mean, that's the whole gathering part, right? I mean, I've been to Magic Cons and events and streams and content, and when it comes down to it, that's still one of the things I remember the fondest is just none of that. No views, no content, just hanging out with friends and playing a ultra casual game of Magic. And that's what got me hooked into Magic, was stuff like that. When is the giveaway? Hopefully soon. I just have to figure out how to do it. Normally, this was kind of a surprise giveaway because Jesse just swung by and offered it up. Ooh, the tortoise. Oh god, that's a scary card. So I didn't set it up ahead of time, so I just have to figure out how to get it set up. And if I can get it set up, it will be shortly-ish. As far as content, forgetting to put Siege Rhino in the Rhino deck is, that's also up there. Well, alright. I mean, 2 of these is absurd. I don't think our opponent's Tortoise is going to outpace 2 of these a turn. I don't even know if they want to flip this. Do you even flip this in Limited if you can? I'm not even sure if it's worth it. Like, they can make a ton of mana, but looting each turn might just be better. Well, flip, Cascade Land. Can't attack because of the Tortoise. Pass the turn. The giveaway, so Jesse from Wizard swung by and randomly gave us 10,000, a code for 10,000 Arena Gems to give away. So once I figure out how I can do it, whoa, wait. Oh, they actually killed one of them. That's awkward. That is awkward. Well, okay. In that case, opponent, we're going to make a 6/6. That can tap down this turtle. So I think we should be able to win next turn, right? So we get the 6/6. We make a 4/4. We play the land. I mean, next turn we just tap down the turtle and swing for lethals. Opponent. Gonna go discovering. Finds a dead weight, which is not gonna do enough here. Sure. I don't think that's gonna do it, though. On the Iceberg Titan, we used to play a format called Emperor. Each team had an Emperor and 2 guards. You have to beat both guards before you can attack the Emperor. I feel like one time I think I played that. I think I played that at a Command Fest style event. I had never played it before, and someone wanted to play it, and I played with like a little commander pod, and it was actually pretty fun. Okay, do we have lethal? 4, 8, 12, 16. Oh, not quite. We're 1 short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's go discovering. Can we hit a way to get lethal? Spin it to win it. Spin it to win it. Oh, that actually is a way to get lethal. Sunshot Militia for the last point of damage. All right, go to combat. Swing. Tap down the turtle. Oh, I guess we had lethal anyway. For some reason, I was thinking they could stop one of our creatures, but they definitely can't. I was thinking we needed to ping for 1, but no, we tapped down the turtle and win. So even easier than I thought. Wait, are we just gonna go 7 wins? Is this just a 7-win deck? How many of you have played Emperor? Is that a popular thing? All right, how can I set this giveaway up? Why can I not find the giveaway? I thought there was just a giveaway button, but oh. Hang on. Let's see. Is there a way we can set up a giveaway? Maybe we got 5 wins. We're up to 5 wins. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this is fine. We got the Promising Vein, so we can get a land. Well, let's run out the flail. Gonna go flail aggro here. My cousin of mine played A cycle of deck thinking. My cousin played a cycle deck, thinking cycling can be done when the card is already on the battlefield being cast. Strongest deck I'd seen in a while. I mean, that's also part of the fun of just learning Magic, right? I definitely remember being so, like, you don't know the rules. You don't know the rules. And you play things slightly wrong. That's that's part of the experience. I'm trying to remember. I know there was something big that I did wrong when I started to play, but I can't think of it. What it was specifically. But I know there was something similar to that. Like thinking you could cycle from the battlefield. That it just like it made sense at the time when you didn't know. Did Richard ever try streaming? I think Richard has done like Commander Clash Live a couple of times, things like that, but I don't think he's ever really streamed. Now let's equip this. Go to combat, hit ya. Play the land, play the militia. Tap, ping ya. Down to 16. Bone Splitter getting in for some damages. My first turn was 1994 and it was vintage. Two guys showed up and saw I had all the power and left. I also guessed turn 1 Shivan Dragon in another tournament and my opponent killed. Wow. So you've been playing from the beginning, Stone Rain. I didn't realize you've been playing that long. Interesting. Opponent. Well, let's go to combat, attack ya. Well, this is going way better than it should be. Play the land, play the Blade Master. Apparently we're an aggro deck now. Apparently we are somehow an aggro deck. Engelord, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 8th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Good to see ya. Well, tap him down, ping ya. Tap him down, ping ya. An opponent's down to 10. An opponent might be dead next turn. What is this Tyrion's Journal doing? That seems like a tough card to draw. Loses a life. Tyrion's Journal's a really cool card. I want to build a just turn 2 discard my hand deck, or turn 3 discard my hand deck. Opponent sacks, draws, but they're down to 8. Okay. Wow. For the rub-ins. Stun. The Seething Tower. Attack, and I think we're gonna get 7 wins. I think we're gonna straight up get 7 wins. I think it's actually happening. All right, let me see if this works. Let's see. So, okay, so chat. I think if this is working properly, try typing exclamation point gems in the chat. So I found this this site that hopefully will run this giveaway for us. Okay, it's working. I see the entries popping in. Okay, so we'll give it a couple minutes. We'll give it a couple minutes for people to enter. It's just gonna keep running. You know what? Let's do it after we're 1 win away from 7 wins. So exclamation point gem, get it in the chat. Let's get our 7th win. And then we will give away this huge amount of gems. Thanks again to Jesse from WotC for swinging by and hooking up the community with a huge amount of gems. So yeah, the entries. I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna hopefully this works correctly. I'm assuming I've never used this tool before. So I think that once we're done, it's just stop giveaway, and then it should pick a winner in here. Like, fingers crossed this goes the way I'm hoping it does. Freckaroo! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When was the last time we just went 7-0 on Stream and Draft? Maybe this deck's busted. Maybe we broke it. Jessica Artifacts. Oh, we can make this work. We can make this work. Let's get that 7th win and give away some gems. All right. So after this game, win or loss, we'll give away the gems. Yeah, tap lane go. Ooh, is this a cave deck? Opponent compass gnoming. The roaming gnome. Ooh, Jeskai Artifacts is how you went 3-0 at pre-release. Did you have Master Guide Mural? Because Master Guide Mural feels like, I think, the best card in our deck. That card has been very, very impressive and limited. The steady stream of golems. Yes, we're giving away a bunch of gems. 10,000 gems on Magic Arena. So exclamation point gems in the chat after this round. Assuming this program works the way it's supposed to, the gem should be given away. Yeah, Mural has been wild. It feels like a legit bomb. Opponent gonna go digging. What do we mill here? Burning Sun Cavalry. So opponent's just like 4-color stuff, I guess. Opponent plays a Discover Land. And Burning Sun Cavalry. So, well, let's play. We do want to hit a land for next turn for this. Oh, play the blue source. Play the iceberg. Mill a land, draw a brick. I'll play a puzzle box and a flail. Smack ya. Down to 16. Opponent mountain. And hey, what's up, the Gentleman Paints? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see ya. Diamond Pickaxe. Ooh, is this card good? +1/+1 when attacks make a treasure. Seems fine. Down to 17. We draw a tap land. Well, get in, hit ya. Play the militia. Spike Master! So many first-time subs today. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Sunfire Militia's also felt pretty good. Scar does way more damage than you would think it would. But it really... This pinging with the random artifacts really adds up. Void Wizard, welcome to another first-time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent gets it, it's us. Well, we're going to take it. Can we close this out with 7 wins and give away some... Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, that wasn't the best. That's a 12-12 trample. Oh, on second thought. On second thought, are we dead? Now play a land. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, let's do some tapping. Tap. Tap. Equip. Oh, 12-12 is so big. Okay, pass the turn. Galta? How'd they even cast it? They don't even have... Oh, and it's a removal spell too. Okay. Opponent. Well, we have like one turn to draw a way to kill Galta, and we do not have many. We could draw the stun thing. The stun thing would be good. Opponent attacks. Attacks. Wait, is there a way they punt? Is it possible? Oh, we're one. Oh, we're so close. Opponent counting up the damage has not heard that math is for blockers. They're doing the math. Opponent swings with everything. So we have to double. Oh. Galta. Wow, we got janked out. Oh, well, I mean, I guess if you're going to get janked out by the new chase card from the set. Now I don't even know if it matters, because even if we answer the Galta, that doesn't do it. All right, it's giveaway time, and then we'll come back for, wow, either 7 wins or ending with 6. I thought we were in great shape there too. All right, let's see if this works. Chat, last call. Here comes the giveaway. Here comes the giveaway. All right, let's see if this works the way it's supposed to. So everyone's been entered. And let's see. So we stopped the giveaway. And the winner is Jesus Guard. Jesus Guard. Jesus Guard. Are you in the chat? Jesus Guard. Jesus Guard. So Jesus Guard, are you there? I see Jesus Guard in the chat. Jesus Guard, if you send me a DM on Twitter, give me your info, and I will get you the code. I actually have the code right here for the job. So if you send me a DM, actually, can I just DM you? Let's see. Thanks for entering, everyone, and huge thank you to Watsy for hooking us up. Let's see if this, hang on, let me give these away and then we'll go on to our next round. Oh, did I say Twitter? I meant Twitch. If you send me a DM on Twitch. Yeah, Jesus Guard, just to make sure I see multiple Jesus Guards popped up. If you send me a DM on Twitch right now, I will just give you the code. I have the code. You just put it in the store. You'll get 10,000 free gems. All right, here we go. Going for 7 wins again after getting gulted out. How do I DM? So up at the top above the chat, there should be a little like chat looking box that says whispers. If you go there, here, let me see if this works. Is that you, Jesus Guard? Multiple names popped up. I just wanted to make sure I sent it to the right person. I didn't want to accidentally give your gems to the wrong person. It's a whisk. See, I got the Twitter, I guess X, the X terminology. All right, we better win this. We better win this. All right, I will give you the code right now. So this code, if you go to Arena and you go to the store Jesus Guard, I don't know if you've ever used a code on Arena before, but if you go to the store, there's a place to put in a code. If you put in that code, you will get 10,000 free gems. Now let's run out the Compass Gnome. Ooh, Creature Land, eh? Let's take a white source for now. Pass the turn. I still say Twitter. I don't understand the idea of name changing. Oh, speaking of Twitter. What does this do? Makes a treasure. Yeah, let's play the flail. And the plains. And pass the turn. So I'm curious what you think about this, Jack, because I don't really know where I stand exactly on this. So yesterday they announced a secret lair drop, the Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider secret lair drop, and they posted this on Twitter or X, I guess, but they posted this ad, and people noticed that they think it's AI art, which I don't know enough about AI versus human art. I guess like the way the controllers look or the way the legs look on the thing. But anyway, people figured it was AI art, and some people got really upset about it. Very curious, like, what do you think about that? So there's been this huge conversation going on about AI art. Does it hurt artists? Does it help artists? Is it right in some contexts? Is it wrong in some contexts? I'm curious about this in specific. So it wasn't a card. It was a Twitter post advertising a secret lair drop that ended up being like a very big topic of conversation. I mean, the art's not great. That's for sure. Like the art, I guess that's a whole nother, a whole nother issue compared to like AI versus not AI. But the art was definitely like kind of janky, right? It wasn't the greatest art I've ever seen. Let's grab a plains. Play the. Do we need removal? They could figure up that ridgeline. Yeah, let's play the plains. Pass the turn. I would like to get down this curator into the Quintorius. Oh, I really don't want to. Oh, roaming throne. My God. That's a roaming throne. That's a roaming throne. I mean, we're playing against Busma Chaff. Arena, you might be thinking Hearthstone. Hearthstone apparently just added a bunch of bots into their actual ladder, which is wild. I can't believe that the people are not more freaking out about that. Oh, that thing's big. Okay, that's not great. Oh no. Oh no, I feel like this might be slipping away. Oh, it's slipping away. It's slipping away, chat. We're gonna lose it right at the end. Opponent land. Combat. Oh, that's so big. Hey, what's up, Corvo Shape Builder? How are you? What's up, Person Planeswalker? Oh, we're not gonna get 7 wins after all. Do we spend 2 removal spells on this? It's either that or what? Just take a million and get a. All right, yeah, we take a million down to 16. There's the roaming throne. So we can abrade the roaming throne. How do we stop this 6/6 trampler, though, is the problem. So blow up the roaming throne. Pay the ward. Kill the throne. Can we draw blue source, maybe? No. Oh, so clunky. So clunky. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Well, okay. Curator, hope it lives. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, we're gonna die. We're definitely gonna die. Oh, the 7-win dream is dying. about it. Untaps. Oh, this deck felt so good, but right at the end, hey, thanks for your help, dog. Definitely appreciate it. I mean, we're hoping to double Cascade, I guess, is our... Oh, they have a Braid. 6, 10. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. Oh, the final boss of bronze. Brahm Chief. I mean, we could... Oh, we haven't had blue mana. Our 3-coloredness is coming back to bite us at the worst time. Our opponent's just casting the biggest dinosaurs. Oh, and well, let's die with our bomb rare out. Quintorius, discover. Is there a Wrath of God in our deck? No, that doesn't do it. Not being able to get blue mana really hurt this game. So yeah, we're actually just straight up dead. Oh. So we're going to have to settle for 6 wins. Good news is we can jump right back into it. Let's do one more. I don't know if we'll make it through the whole thing, but we're going to get through as much as we can. So I will say, I think that was a really good draft. And the format actually felt really fun. Like, one of the things I like about Modern Magic, is there's always something happening between... Let's go right back to it. Between having crafting and all these mechanics, like card advantage, there's always something to do. So that's one thing I really like about this format so far, is it always felt like we were making relevant decisions. Like, even once we kind of like ran out of cards, there was always like things. Ooh, are we a dino? Are we a dino drafter? Are we just gonna be dirty dino players? I mean, that is a Hulking Raptor. Hulking Raptor is a good card. I've heard many people say that Poison Dart Frog is like the mythic common of this set. That this card is actually just like legit busted. We could try dinos. We saw some people have some success with just like, I'm going to cast big dinos. What else do we get? Might of the Ancestors, whatever. Random Descend thing, whatever. This thing's probably fine, curve filler. So we already went artifacts. I mean, I guess it's either that or what? Poison Dart Frog, really. Is Dart Frog better than Hulking Raptor? Is there actually an argument that it's better than Hulking Raptor? There might actually be an argument, but we're gonna take the Raptor. All right. Wait, did we get past Gishath? Oh my God, we first picked Hulking Raptor and got past a Gishath. No way. No way. Oh God. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we know what we're doing. Oh, Hulking Raptor into Gishath's got to be one of the sweetest things you do in this format. So the Seismic Monster would be fine. Petrified. I mean, we're not dinos. We have a rare and a mythic dino right off the bat, right from the start. So let's look for more dinosaurs, preferably decent ones. Are there any dinos in this pack? Malamute Veteran. 5 mana. No, that's not a dinosaur. It's probably fine for the Descend deck. This is a dinosaur. 4 mana, 4/3 ETB's Explorers. There's a Discover Land. Sunken Citadel seems hard to use in limited. Zaki! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Italia's Favor's fine. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. The problem with this is this only works with caves, right? Other caves. I don't know if it's actually very good fixing. It's not even a dual land though, because it doesn't affect itself. Yeah, let's just take this. Let's take the random dinosaur, I guess. Yeah, if it affected itself, that card would be really good. Sunken Citadel. I mean, I guess you have the Cascade lands. Maybe it's better than I think. I was thinking that it wasn't very good in limited, because what are you going to use 2 mana for land abilities on? Oh, jeez. Well, I mean... We just played this on Budget Magic and Constructed yesterday. I think this card's kind of absurd. It's early enough in the draft that we should be able to get the lands, right? we should be able to get the lands. Huatli Strike would be good removal. The only thing is it only ramps caves. Yeah, now I regret not taking that random cave last pick. I think we can make it work. It's either, I mean, Huatli's Final Strike is very good. Like, that's going to be a really good removal spell. You know, we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Worst case, we don't play it and whatever, like, we'll be fine. We'll make it work. All right, so there's a cave here, if we need a cave. Nurturing Bristleback's very good. The land cycling dinos are really good. When it ETBs, look at the top 6 stars of your library, put a land from among them on the battlefield, put the rest on the bottom, and then it crafts with a cave. I mean, it should probably just be Bristleback, right? Bristleback's got to be... It looked insane. Also, Soaring Sandwing. I think Bristleback's better. I think. I would like the Sandwing too, though. The land cyclers are going to be really important. Longtime TCG player, Yugo host on Pokemon, and I just got into MTG. I'm through the arena tutorial and starter deck match. What's the best place to learn meta decks and how to pilot them? Well, Mad King Bomb, I'm probably a little biased, but I would recommend mtggoldfish.com. This actually seems very good. Just a 3-drop 3/3 that gains us 3. Seems like the kind of thing we want to stay alive while we're setting up this big top-end stuff. I would check out goldfish.com. Got the metagame info. The YouTube has lots of playthroughs and so forth. Yeah, we're not taking caves yet. What do you think about this? Return 1 permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Discover 4. I don't know what else we'd play out of this pack. I mean, I guess we're going to need 2 drops of some kind. This is fine, I guess. It's not a dino. But I don't know if we're going to get too many 2-drop dinos. I mean, we got Gishath. Gishath is... I would consider Gishath a bomb. Yeah, check it out, Mad King. YouTube.com, also MTG Goldfish. Yeah, the format you're trying to learn also will play into it. Ooh, the militia. No cave. Buried treasure. Compass gnome. I did actually like having all those compass gnomes last draft. Just making sure we hit our land drop seems decent. Oh. It's looking challenging to get enough gates to actually turn on Kazium's Confluence, unless you go really aggro on them. Like, so far we have 0 gates. Like, we might not even be able to play this. Bandit, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop share for you. Thank you. Oh, also, oh, do I keep saying gates? Caves. They're so similar. But yes, caves. I mean caves. Yeah, Freebooter's a really cool card. Did you see this article from Sam Black? I thought it was very interesting. There was those things. Yeah, we want the land cyclers. I mean, even if we don't end up playing the Kazium Confluence, that's fine. Like, even if we have to cut it. Ooh. I mean, this is a bad cave, but it is a cave. And it works well with... We'll take it. Maybe we can get there. Maybe we can get enough caves. There was a really interesting article. If you get a chance to read it, because it's about Standard in the future. It was by Sam Black, who's like one of my favorite pro Magic brewers. But the gist of the article was essentially that Standard doesn't make sense anymore. That to the point where they should probably just sunset Standard. Either that, or it's going to take a lot of work and effort and desire by Wizards to try to to make standard function, probably by putting like all the universes beyond sets in it, all the commander sets in it. I thought it was very interesting, and I think I mostly agree with it. I mean, there's always, so the TLDR would be, the problem with standard isn't the pandemic. It's not the pandemic. It's not that people like sold their collections when they couldn't play, and like it's just going to take time to build back up. The problem in standard is the release schedule. Is Wizards shifting their focus to commander and printing all these sets that aren't even legal in standard. And even if you buy a standard set, collector boosters, set boosters, they have all these slots that don't even have standard cards. And in the past, the idea of standard was it's your intro format. It's your intro format. You crack open some packs, you play some limited, you put together a deck, and that's how you learn to play Magic. But it just doesn't work with the current release schedule. So Wizards should either just dump standard altogether, essentially, and just forget about it and sunset it and focus on Commander and Pioneer and Modern, or they need to potentially make Universes Beyond, Commander Precons, all that stuff part of standard to try to recapture the days where you could just crack some packs and you'd be able to play the format. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So Poison Dart Fog is very good. Is there any way we can make Throne of the Grim Captain work? I guess at this point we're basically a Dino deck. Yeah, I mean, Poison Dart Frog I think is the pick here. There is a blue cave. We do need caves. But we don't really want to first pick caves. Ugh, we have like no removal. We have literally 0 removal. Throne is like the ultimate trap card. Birds, 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 birds. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. He also, I kind of left this part out. The other thing he said that it makes a lot of sense for Arena, even if it doesn't make sense in standard. So, or makes sense in paper. So this was mostly a paper focused argument or thought. And I think that's also true. Although on Arena, I think Wizards might rather have people play Alchemy, but the problem with paper standards is it's too expensive. Everything else is wrong. Pokemon standard average deck costs 60. I mean, I is that true though? Like, so on one hand, I agree that Magic should be cheaper. That's not even, I agree with that 100%. Like the cheaper, the better. Ooh, Glimpse of Core seems nice. Cavern Stomper. I mean, we're going to have enough basic forest for this to work. I mean, this just ramps us into big dinosaurs. Or do we need to take, like, this bad removal spell just so we can kill something? There's another big dinosaur. I don't know, is this deck even good? Are we on the right track with this deck? I mean, we're going to take the Glimpse of Core. So here would be the counterpoint about the expensive thing. So I agree with you that Magic being cheaper is better. Standard was very successful, and Magic has always been expensive. Like, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago that we were having 4,000 people GPs and so forth, with standard still costing hundreds of dollars to build decks. Like, I don't think standard today is meaningfully more expensive than it was at various times in the past, when standard was very, very successful. In some ways, you could argue that standard might be cheaper than it was at various points in the past, because at least you can build like $100 deck, $60 deck, $150 deck, $77 deck. Yes, there are the $500 monstrosities with Shieldred, but there are cheaper options too. So this isn't to say that Magic shouldn't be cheaper, because I agree that Magic should be cheaper. I want to see the game be as accessible as possible. All that stuff is true. I think we got to take this Swally's Final Strike. This Lore Keeper would be good. I don't know how many people can play Lore Keeper, though. And I'm feeling like our deck is very light on removal. Choose target creature you control, target creature you don't control. If a creature enters the battlefield this turn, then they fight each other. I think I'd rather have the Final Strike, actually. We need some dino fighting. Ooh. Well, this is not a dinosaur, but it's a good card in our colors. We need to make a decision right now as to whether we care about the cave plan. Are we actively trying to get enough caves, or should we just be taking good? I mean, this works really well, Gishath. It means Gishath can't die at instant speed. I think we take it. Even if it means that we end up not playing the Kazium Confluence, I think it's worth it. Oh, no. So Cavern Stomper seems like a medium dinosaur. Panicked Altosaur is not bad. There's also, though, Hidden Nursery. Oh, we're going to take the Nursery. We're going to take the Nursery, I think. I still want to make the caves work. We need, like... What do we need? 4 caves? 4... We could probably make it work with 4 caves. I think that would be the minimum. Ooh, Soaring Sandwing is good. Another land cycling dinosaur. I mean, so with Kazium Confluence, remember, if you have a cave on the battlefield, you can just make it into a 9/9. So we don't really need to have like a constructed deck where we need to have like 15 caves or something ridiculous. I think if we could get like 5, I would be very comfortable. Even 4 or maybe 3, I would be pretty comfortable running it. Because worst case, like 5 mana make a 9/9 is not bad in limited. Like that's bigger than Gishath. Like that's gonna be the biggest thing on the battlefield. I agree, Seth, but in Standard's heyday, well, another Monstosaur. I love that we're getting all these land cyclers. We're up to 4 land cyclers. We need a living end. I agree, Seth, but in Standard's heyday, there was no Arena to compete, only Moto. Now, Paper Standard must compete with the price of video games due to the existence of Arena and its cheap cost. Ooh, so you think Arena makes it so Paper needs to be cheap? So basically, Arena is competing with, causing Magic to compete with itself to some extent. That could be. Let's take this Blast. We're still like kind of removal light. How do we feel about a super off-color gate? Erd Cave. I mean, this is essentially a dead pack. We're not going to play the Black Dino. So I guess it's maybe worth it. I don't think we want to play this Cascade thing. Our deck is too expensive. I don't know if we end up playing it or not. I wish it was on color. If it was on color, it'd be great. Creatures you control gain hexproof. I don't know if we're in a Tally's Favor deck. A Tally's Favor really wants to be aggro. You really want to be like turn 2 creature, turn 3 Favor Cascade. Yeah, I don't know if the cave makes our deck. Although, I don't think anything else from that pack was going to make our deck. So it's not costing us much. I feel like Over the Edge, probably very good in best of 3. Blowing up artifacts does have value, but I don't know, in best of 1 with no sideboarding, odds of us main decking it seem low. Maybe if you're Explore. If you're an Explore deck, I think it's worth it. Not playing any of this. Long Nap and the Kamikaze. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. All right, one more Bomby Dinosaur. I feel like this pack was not as strong as the first one. We started off with some... Okay. Well, there is a Poison Dart Frog. We will not complain about that. Restless Vent, not really in our colors, does not turn into a dino. Capricati Sunborn. 4 mana 4 for when it attacks. Tap 2 artifacts or creatures, discover 3. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I think I'd rather have the Dart Frog, though. The Hidden Nursery would also be good, but yeah, let's keep darting. Ramping into our big dinos. Jeez. Well, I mean, we're not a life gain deck, but I think this is just a bomb. Like a 3/3 flyer that we can pay 6 and turn it into a 5/5 lifelink and make a 4/4. I think just that's enough to make Resplendent Angel very, very good in this deck. Like, I think this is just a standalone card. We could take the Armored Kingcaller because it's a dino, but like, I think we just gotta take Resplendent Angel. Even over like an OK Dino or this Burning Sun's Cavalry, like, yeah, Spring-Loaded Saw Blades is also good removal, but I think Resplendent Angel is just too good. It's too good to pass up. Ooh, okay. On color volcano or on color cave. Another Huatli's Final Strike, which would be good. Not gonna go Bat Colony. This is where it seems like, so having Bat Colony working limited seems so hard. That's a card where you really do need like 10 gates or something, which I think you gotta be really aggressively going after gates to make that work. I think we just gotta take the Final Strike. Yeah, let's take the Final Strike. It pains me to be passing so many gates. Well, I mean, we do need 2 drops. Ugh. Whatever. If we don't play Cosmium Confluence, that's fine. We're gonna build the best dinosaur deck we can. Cosmium Confluence. If we make it work, great. If not, also fine. Do we want this thing? No. Oh, such a tough pick because caves seem to go kind of highly. So like this would be a pack where we'd love to snap up a random cave. But we don't have the option. I guess we just take the 2-drop. Oh, there's like nothing in our colors. Well, you know what? I'm going to rare draft this Restless Reef for Constructed. I think I'll use that in Constructed, so good enough. Volatile Fault. I mean, that is a cave. You know what? Let's... Oh, it's such a bad cave. But it is a cave, technically. Could this be a Runaway Boulder deck? Now, let's take the cave. Yeah, the creature land's really good. All the creature lands from the last 2 sets are very solid. None of them are busted, but they're all playable. They all got abilities. I think we are getting to the point though where keep an eye on Modern Horizons 3. I feel like we're getting to the point where WotC's got to make some untapped creature lands. Like if they want creature lands to be a thing again in formats like Modern, I think they just need to come into play untapped. We see that with the AFR fast lands a little bit. They come into play tapped early. Those actually see a bit of play in older formats. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if in some sort of like Modern Horizons type set that we saw some untapped creature lands. Is there ooh, wow, this Hidden Nursery coming back is actually really excellent for us. Come on, one more cave. One more. There was another one in this pack, I think, and we passed it. 1, 2. I mean, I think we have an... Oh, yes! Our greed paid off. Okay, we actually have enough caves to make it work. Not enough caves to make Bat Colony work, but enough caves to make Cosmium Confluence work. Even if we don't play the blue one. Wouldn't it make more sense for the Modern Horizon land cycle to be the Horizon lands? So we already have, what, half of them, right? I don't know. Does it really matter that much? It would, like, I hope they complete the cycle at some point. I don't know if we have enough gates for Bat Colony. Bat Colony, I feel like you got to be very gate heavy. The Horizon lands are great, and I like what they offer. I kind of want to see something newer, though. Could they not just put them in Standard? Like, your Horizon land's too good for Standard? What do you think of the idea of putting more stuff into Standard? What do you think of that aspect of Sam's article? The idea that Commander Precons, Universes Beyond. I've always said that about Arena, about like they should just put it all into historic or whatever. But maybe you should actually just put it in standard. Like that seems kind of possible. So we have 1, 2. Is Volatile Fault even worth it? So we need to cut a single card. What would the single card be? Maybe we don't need 2 of the the Walk the Ancestors. 17 creatures seems good. We got a ton of land cyclers. So hitting our lands, we could maybe even cut a land. Cutting a land might actually be fine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 land cyclers, 2 poison dart fobs, and a glimpse, and a Casium Confluence. I could also just see cutting this Compass Gnome. Maybe we don't need the Compass Gnome. Do we play? So here's the question. What about the mana? Like, do we play the blue? We don't really have any card advantage, do we? Huh. This is going to be, after my big speech about how I love that you never run out of anything to do in this format, I think we've built a deck that could very easily run out of things to do. This is very different than our last deck. We're not going to be crafting, not going to be doing any of that stuff. But then you don't get to gnome your opponents. That is a downside, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. I mean, 3 gates is fine. Do we even want this monument? 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 gates. 4 gates is fine. That's enough to make Confluence work. All right, let's run it. Let's run it. So how many wins would this win, chat? I actually feel like this deck might be worse than our last deck. I feel like this deck, it's spicy, but we're very all in on needing to do busted Gishath things. If we don't do busted Gishath things, I'm not sure what our deck does. So I'm a little worried we're too reliant on like that one big top end card. Now let's Belligerent Yearling go. And we don't really have card advantage. All right, Tithing Blade. There goes our Dino. Well, let's run out the Malamute. Yeah, no frog this game. Didn't you draft a Red Cave? I think we did, didn't we? Was it not in our deck? We'll have to... I thought we did. I thought I got excited about it. Coming back around, but maybe I didn't. What is this? Menace at the beginning of your end step. If you descended, put a counter on it. Well, go to combat, hit ya. Hello to you, opponent. How do you feel about 3? Run out the Kin Caller. Reveal it. Play the land past the turn. Oh, maybe it was the second green one. That might be right. All right, opponent. Opponent in your goblins. All right, sacks the artifact. Gets a couple counters. Sure. Now, play the land. Go to combat attack. Are we blocking? No. Now, glimpse the core. Grab a forest. Pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, the question is, do they have protection? If we can blast away this goblin, we're in good shape. If they have a way to protect it, they might win this race. Opponent. Hey Seth, haven't played MTG in the past few years, trying to get back into Arena and Historic Brawl. What's your pick for spiciest commander to come out in the last 24 months? Xanathar caught my eye earlier, nothing better than playing your opponent's deck. Then you can try them all out. Ooh, so in the last 20, that's a good that's a good question for chat. Ooh, opponent pre-combat main phases, that's good. Well, let's kill that. Yeah, they should have played that post-combat to bluff at least. So we take 4. Oh god, we're so close. So when it dies, discover 3. Now let's go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks. Discovers. Not gonna work though, because they gotta go hand. And run out our dino. Pass the turn. So what would your pick be, chat, for the spiciest commander in the past couple years? That's actually annoying. How about Cosmium Confluence? That would be our best draw here. Opponent. Little flyer. Well, play another one of those. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. Explores. Opponent. I mean, they printed so many commanders that a lot of it depends on your play style. Like, if you like stealing your opponent's stuff, if you like being aggro, if you like being Voltron, they just print so many legends now that there's like infinite options. I think Goshentai of Life's Origins was a really cool one. That's been one of my favorites, the Shrine Commander. But there's like legitimately roughly infinite options. Like, it's very close to infinite options. Get in, hit ya. Play the Poison Dart Frog. This Petrify is actually kind of annoying. Opponent untaps. I mean, technically we're 1 land away from Gishath thing. Okay, place the Doric. And are they crafting? All right, opponent crafts into a vehicle. Combat. Ooh, Wally's Final Strike. Okay, that is relevant. That is a relevant card. We will pass the turn. This is going to be close. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. The cake version is so much better. So much better than whatever the original disco version was. Wow, opponent's just going to pass? Why are they not going at it with the vehicle? All right, Burning Sun Cavalry. Yo. I wish we could activate our Monster Sword. This Petrify is actually very obnoxious. Not being able to activate the ability. Opponent. No, they're land. Why are they not attacking us with the 5/5s? Cake is kind of underrated, I would say. Opponent. This Poison Dart Frog really does shut him down, doesn't it? Like, we played this Poison Dart Frog and our opponent just stopped doing anything for the for the rest of the game. All right. We're gonna pass. We need our opponent to do something so we can sneak in and win with this Gishath. Tap 2 untap artifacts, put a counter on it. Okay. Opponent. Passing. Do we fight this thing? What a weird standoff. Ugh, untap. Random mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent untapped. Now we've drawn a lot of lands. We can cast everything. Whoa. Okay. Scries to the bottom. Malicious Eclipse. I see. All right. Well, in that case, fight down this. Wow. Ho, 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 ho. All right. Opponent saves it. Well, I guess it's Gishath time. Here it comes. Go to combat. Attack ya. Whoa! They took it. They took it. They took it. Come on, Gishath, be good. Oh, okay, I mean, I guess that's fine. It's better than nothing. Opponent goes to 1. Opponent kills the Gishath. Plays a land. They can't take a hit, though. They can't take a hit for the rest of the game or they die. Opponent passes. How about a flyer? How do we feel about a big flyer? Run out the Soaring Sandwing. I don't see a flyer over there, opponent. I don't see a flyer. I don't see a flyer. You better top deck. You better top deck or the dinos get there, opponent. Cascades into not a flyer. That is not a flyer. Envoy of Anatekahu plays a land, and that's a GG. And that one Gishath hit, the one Gishath hit, got it done. Wow. Well, yeah, we'll just chip in. Am I missing something? This is game, right? Oh. Wow. We only got in 1 hit, but it was enough. It was enough. How often do you all play Limited? Oh, Seto would be so good. Yeah, dinosaurs they're big. They're pretty big. What is your most played format, Wild Rage? Pretty much just pre-release. Ooh, we got the Cosium Confluence. All right. Well, let's give it a go. I only play Limited, but I watch you guys play Constructed all the time. Do you also watch Limited? 20 decks. That is a impressive number. Yeah, sealed counts. Sealed's a form of Limited. I feel like sealed is less popular overall than draft. All right, opponent bounces, makes a map. I will say maps have not been very impressive for me. Hey, what's up, Coretta? How are you? Well, yeah, I mean, how about a raptor? And attack ya? Opponent. Land. Yeah, maps are so bad. Maps are like the worst artifact token we've seen so far. Like, by not even close. And I think that means that stuff like Get Lost is actually a lot better than I thought. Because I thought maps would be okay, but I've actually kind of decided that I think they're like pretty bad. Oh no. How many gates are we playing, chat? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. We can just We can use our mana to play this thing. Hulking Raptor, that 2 mana. Adding a lot of power to the battlefield. Smack you. Dinos seem like they're either going to win or lose very quick. Conan, welcome to the fishbowl. What was our map number? Was it 3 or 4 that we ended up on? Wow, opponent, the Desperation Discover into a rare Sanguine Evangel. And opponent scoops. This might be a speed run. Opponent scoops it up to 2-0. Yeah, I can't remember. 3 Cascade and 1 extra one? That sounds right. I think it's 4. I didn't. Casting Confluence and failing to find would be embarrassing. That would be. It's got to be 4. 3 Cascade and then the City of Brass one. Hey, what's up, Richard? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I know, isn't it wild to see it already getting dark out? I mean, I guess the good news is we're at like what? November 14th. So we're only like a month away. We're only like a month away from the days getting longer, at least. I don't know, the whole turning the clock back thing I think is silly. I don't. So it's definitely 4 because we do have the Forgotten Monument. So it's 4 caves. I don't really get the whole turning the clock thing. I feel like that's a weird relic of the past that is not necessary in 2023. Am I missing something? Is there actually an argument for doing the whole daylight savings time thing? Like in the modern era? I feel like it's not. Yeah, seriously. Actually, it's so weird that I just don't do it. My life hack is well, a lot of clocks automatically change, which makes it easy. But like my car clock or whatever, if it doesn't update, it'll be right again in like 4 months. You can just do the math. Just do the math for a few months. Subtract 1 hour, easy. Our opponent's a serious drafter when they... Oh, I guess it's just the auto-selected lands. I thought they updated to the Kamigawa land specifically for the draft. Well, play the land. Play the Explorasaur. Yeah, we'll keep the Raptor. This thing scares me. The double strike on it is kind of scary. Wow! Okay. Wait, this doesn't actually work though, does it? It says word 2. One, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we gotta take it. Ouch. I mean, we gotta kill this Sovereign. We have to. So fight down this. Pay the ward. Not what we wanted to do with our turn, but I think it's necessary. Yeah, we'll hit you. Get in there. So school kids don't cast the bus in the dark. All right, I guess that makes sense. I always hear about some sort of legislation, but the sad truth of living in the U.S. is we can't even do something simple like daylight savings time that most people agree on. Our country is not good at doing anything. It's actually kind of sad. It's actually kind of a shame, really, how bad we are at things. Kind of an embarrassment. Opponent. Oh. I roll. All right. Opponent against the odds us. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a 14. All right, well, that was unfortunate. If there's one thing we're good at, it's not do it. It's seriously. Yeah, that was, I mean, I guess hats off to the opponent. That was 14 damage I was not expecting that. I am scared of the double striker, but Was not expecting it to be that scary. That's kind of insane. All right. Well, I mean, so we have Raptor and Nagishath, maybe. We need a couple more lands. Forest, go. Not being able to get things done is a feature, not a bug. For people that have power, no change is ideal. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Although, like, I feel like it's worse than... So I think, like, what you're saying is true in general. But I feel like we're, like, far more dysfunctional now than in the past. Even with, like, more or less the same system that's been around for however many, 200 some years. But I feel like it's even less likely now. People love the Tithing Blade. I mean, I guess it's a fine removal spell. That's not a land. All right. Where are all of our lands? Well, play the land past the turd. Come on. Land. Do you have a Preston list you still like? Thinking about building it, maybe. So I ended up, like, not playing it as much because... Oh, we're going to be... Well, you know what? Double white is, like, infinitely far away. Okay, can we draw some lands? How about some lands? Diamond Pickaxe. Well, that's sort of like a really slow land. Maybe this deck should be playing even more lands. So the problem I ran into with Preston is I find Preston very fun to play, but I more or less retired it just because it leads to just such long, loopy games. And most of the time when I'm playing Paper Commander, it's going to be at like a Magic Con or a Command Fest or whatever. And I want to get through a bunch of games with a bunch of different people. So I don't play Preston nearly as much as I did at one point. If you don't mind playing like really long, loopy games, it's super fun. And you can put it together like... The build I had wasn't super expensive. It was relatively budget friendly. So as long as the long grindy aspect of it is not a problem, I don't think I have a list online. I'll have to see if I type it out. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the other thing. My build was not really focused on trying to close out the game aggressively. It was more about like generating value. So maybe some of that's on me. Although I think Preston like kind of naturally ends up there. Do you retire decks altogether or you take them apart? Sometimes I take them apart. I think the Preston deck came from a Brago deck, which was my original Commander deck. Tomer gave it to me when I first started playing Paper Commander forever ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's play this. And this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's just run this out. That's fine. Run out the kin collar. Hey, what's up, Emery? How are you? But yeah, so the Preston deck was actually originally a Brago deck that I took together because Brago was so loopy, and I thought going mono white would power it down, but it was still like very loopy. I saw someone that played one that was like turbo initiativing, and it actually seemed like a very effective way to close out the game. So I think there are ways to make it close out the game faster. The initiative plan, like once you start blinking and like Hellish Yawning or whatever, initiative actually kills people very quickly once it gets going. Oh, that looks sweet, Dandy Floss. Yeah, that's similar to what mine look like. The same basic idea. So how do you close out the game? Bitter Triumph. Oh, going at the Hulking Raptor? Alright. Well, that means we're a long way away from Gishath again. Cosium Confluence! About it. Goes attacking. Do they want this to die? I mean, we are gonna block. This seems like a free kill. Oh, sure. Okay. I mean, Pone's out of cards, so we will accept that. That's fine. Opponent has spent all their cards. We're still holding a ridiculous bomb in hand should we ever get the mana to cast it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can attack. Get in. Hit ya. Wow, opponent's going to trade it off. Okay. Well, we'll pass the turn. So we need 3 more. We need a Cosium Confluence. We need a Cosium Confluence amount of mana to cast Gishath. Exactly a Cosium Confluence amount. Another Tithing Blade. Well, okay. So I think we kill this. And then sack the Dino, because we really need the Poison Dart Frog to someday cast Gishath. Oh, opponent has a Cavern. Interesting. All right, opponent. I mean, I guess eventually we die to Tithing Blades. They can exile their creatures and start flipping them and just start draining us, which means we do need to get to this Gishath someday. Are there many? There are several initiative cards in mono white. Some of the best ones are in mono white. Well, play a land, go to combat, hit ya. Up to 6 mana, get drained. About it. Diamond Pickaxe actually doesn't look that bad. Opponent made a lot of treasures with that. Yeah, they definitely destroyed Legacy. Opponent gonna flip. To the point that they're banned. Some of them are banned in Legacy. All right, Cosium Confluence. Cosium Confluence. Okay, Plains. Oh, if only we had that dinosaur making extra mana. Okay, so we're up to 7. So it means technically, untap land, Gishath, happy fun dinosaur times if our opponent doesn't have removal. Opponent, what do you got? You better not kill our cute little frog, Zioya. Oh, that has Death Touch. Okay, that's awkward. Hey, Seth, I threw together this standard infinite drain deck list, but I haven't tested it yet. What do you think? The combo is Fungal Fortitude with on Danitha with Bart and Ellis on the battlefield, which lets you sack every card Danitha infinitely. Sideboard looks a bit wonky because I wanted to test a couple of options. Ugh. All right. Well, maybe it's better if we wait a turn anyway. Explore into Cosium Blast to the graveyard. Pass the turn. Let me take a look, Pyro. Opponent drains us, trades us. I mean, the idea of infinite combo in Standard's fun. All right, there's the removal. About it. Combat hits us. Yeah. Yeah. We take it. Down to 11. Well, there's the land. Here we go. This is it. Gishath. Opponent's holding this card. They might actually be holding removal. They have all this treasure mana. This diamond pickaxe is killing us. We're getting axe murdered here. Well, here it comes. Get in there with Gishath. Oh, all right. Come on, Gishath. Show us some dinos. Our deck is literally stuffed full of dino. Oh, the worst dino ever. Okay, the hard whiff. We're playing like 15 dinos in this dang deck. Oh. How is that possible? How is that even possible? About it. Well, we'll go to combat. We'll get in with Gishath. Let's try this again. Opponent blocks. Takes 4. Gishath. No! No! No, math! Math! No! That's not possible! That's not possible! No way! Okay, opponent with a dino. Wait, what do we just have a huge... I gotta look at this deck list. What do we just have, like 10 dinosaurs in a row right here? How many dinos are in this deck? Because I feel like... So I know a few are out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 are out of the deck, which is not optimal. Well, there's one. Well, that would have been, it would have been nice putting that into play for free with our Gishath that we build our deck around. I know there's no Settle the Wreckage in this format, sadly. I mean, we are kind of, so there's dinosaur number 1 in a row on the top now that Gishath's in the graveyard. Swamp for our opponent. And I mean, we do kind of need to double block because we're getting double drained by these consuming spatularas. Well, we will block and block. Kill it. Opponent passes. All right, dino number. It really was all of our dinos in a row on the... Okay, there's another 6-drop that we could not find with our Gishath. Oh, we might have just really low rolled. This might have just been like a huge low roll. Get in with the poison dart frog. Hit ya. Down to 16. Opponent drains us. Yeah, we're gonna die to the sphincters. We're gonna get consuming sphinctered here. Opponent. Thinking. Passing. Equipping. Sure. We find. All right, walk the ancestors to get back. Probably the life gain dork is best. Yeah, walk the ancestors, get back the life gain dork. I have no confidence in Gishath actually being good here. Huali's final strike, okay. Actually, you know what? Let's just put this in hand. Yeah, let's put it in hand. Gain some life. Hit you with the monster. Maybe we can recover. Maybe we can recover and steal this. Double consuming sphincter. So hard to beat. About it. Down to 12. Why do they keep hovering on the straws? All right, another tithing blade. Well, poison dart frog, you have done your duty. Is I gonna no another one? Oh jeez, 3 a turn. This really is becoming consuming here. 1, 2. Oh, all right. So we're on a fast clock. Opponent flips. Pretty crafty opponent. Pretty crafty. About it. Thinking. Passing. Ooh, that's actually a nice draw. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. 3 life. 3 life is actually kind of ridiculously huge here. Opponent. Blocks a trampler. Okay. Down to 7. Treasure and scry. The third sphincter. To the bottom, though. To the bottom. We're going to play the kin caller. Gain 3 more life. Back up to... These kin callers are saving us. Back up to 10. Past the turn. And we might go out with a win. Vote it. Drains. Down to 7. But they are staring down a lethal board of dinosaurs if they don't find something. Greedy freebooter. That's not enough. That's not enough. We got the Watley's final strike. Opponent equips the pickaxe to the greedy freebooter. And... about it. Passes. Well, I mean, we're going to go for it, right? Go for the win? We got to go for the win. Yeah, go for the win. Fight it. If our opponent's been slow rolling your removal spells, they take this beat down. That would be very impressive. But it looks like they might not be. To the bottom. Opponent. All the sphincters, none of the life. I think we got him. I think we might have got him. Opponent. Okay, gonna crack your promising vein? Yeah, opponent, they just can't accept it. They can't accept that the dinosaurs got there. Opponent. Dead. Wow. That was actually a really weird game because... Hang on, we gotta look at this deck list. And then I do have to go get... I gotta go get Bear. Let's look at this deck list, because I feel like Gishath hardcore low rolled there. So Gishath, how many dinos are in this deck? So that's not a dino. Oh, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually, that was like... I mean, it was unfortunate that we got double Gishath and went like 10 cards deep, or 11 cards deep and hit 0. But considering we already had like 5 dinos in the graveyard, it wasn't like that epically. Oh, does the stats actually show you creature types? Oh, it does. Yeah, so one of them was Gishath, 5 were in the graveyard, so there are only 4 left in the deck. So hitting 0 was still like a low roll, but not as bad as I thought. I was thinking we had way more dinos in the deck and just like really, really low rolled. But actually, that's not exactly the case. On that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So what do we learn? And I gotta say that that this format seems super fun. Like, I'm kind of blown away. I'm kind of blown away at just how much fun this format actually is. It seems like a really cool format. Obviously, just the first couple drafts, but the dinosaur deck felt good. Our first crafting artifact deck felt really good. It seems like a really fun format. So if you're looking for something a little different as you're getting your constructed decks together, maybe give some Lost Caverns of Ixalan Limited a try. But of course, reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams. Normal YouTube. Tons of LCI stuff coming up. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular. And I love you all so very much. So I hope you have an amazing day, and thanks for hanging out. We will be back on Tuesday for the next stream. So until then, everyone, be good. I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.